I can.
On share with me.
Hmm. I can't hear you. I can't hear.
Well, yes, hello everyone. You're welcome to be frank live on Precious Television. My name is Smart Stationix, and in the next 2 hours, we have a lot of issues to discuss. It's not your regular Wednesdays, the Wednesday where we get to be frank about some of the issues that are happening in our country and also abroad, because some of these human problems, they are not just peculiar to Ghana. In the studios, as always, we have our friends, very, very good friends, who will be helping us with the conversation. My fighting buddy is here, Nanama herself. Very good afternoon. How you doing?
Hi, Smart. Hi.
And KB, the MC, is in the studio.
Yes, sir.
Charlie,
I'm good.
Charlie, anthropologically,
I'm getting better
things are
to be
changing.
my best, like that.
Lucy is also here with Andrew.
Yeah,
I'd like
yeah.
to introduce them together because I have an agenda. Are you still her friend? Or you
Very,
are her
very
friend?
good friend.
You are very good friends. Of course, that's why we are here today, because of the friend zone.
Hey, yeah.
So yes, the conversation will be going on from now to the hour 4. Invite your friends, share the link. Let's get talking because it is a topic worth discussing. Last week we started a conversation around why some people are put in the friend zone. Is it that they are not worthy of the partnership agreement, or they are just lacking a few things? Well, there were a lot of opinions on the table, though we didn't come to a conclusive, agreement in the studio. So we are believing that you will join us today, and you can keep your messages coming on the number 020-343-8710 on WhatsApp. 020-343-8710. You're welcome to Precious Television. We are live on Facebook and also live on YouTube at Precious TV Official. The show is To Be Frank. Good afternoon, guys.
Afternoon.
Let's just start off with, last week we talked about some factors contributing to people not being able to have people come up to the partnership stage. Well, we took our cameras round and we spoke to a few people to find out why they would never graduate certain people into the boyfriend and the girlfriend, seat, because that seat is big. So let's go over to the street and let's see what everyone is saying about this particular topic.
Have you anyone? Why? Oh yeah, of course I did, and the person I've been with the person for some time, and I got to know that she's okay for me to be with her, and that's where the relationship got to start.
Yeah, I've friends-zoned a couple of people, a couple of guys. I have no idea why I did it. I mean, they were my friends, so definitely that's where they are going to be friend-zoned. I don't really have a reason why I did it. I grew up with some of them, like from JHS, and then, like life happened, everybody moved on, and then later we reconnected. So, like, the friendship just continued. Yeah.
We were friends actually, and I took the person as a brother. So I could discuss everything with the person, but not necessarily having any intentions of being in any relationship with him or in any way.
But sometimes people are unable to move from friend zone with people they are very cool with. Why do you think they do so? Oh, maybe I don't know for them, but maybe to me, I don't really prefer that. Yeah.
If you like the person, you go for it.
I go straight to the person. If I like you, then I talk to you. If you understand, then I move out with you.
I don't think anyone will friend zone someone they seem to be in love with. So wait, so you're in love with the person, but you're friend zoning the person. It makes no sense. Nobody should do that.
Okay, I had to me, I didn't have any intimate relationship, and I didn't think of having that with the person, because I first stated that I took the person as a brother.
I think that when you meet a lady and then she likes you, like if she likes you as a friend, she likes you as a friend. If she likes you like she likes you, she likes you like she likes you. It's like something you know from the beginning. If you meet a guy and then you want to, be in like a relationship with this person, you know from the beginning that, oh, this is the kind of guy that I want to be with in like, a romantic relationship. But if you just want this person to be your friend, like from the onset, I think it's like that. I mean, I don't know, maybe it varies with other people, but with me, that's what it is. If I like you as a friend, that's where you'll be forever.
To me, I have the kind of person I want to date or something, but there's a particular thing about him that I think I don't like about him or can be attached to him that much.
So have you friend zoned anyone?
Very, very,
Why?
Very, very interesting.
Oh
We
yeah,
have
of course,
some,
I did. And
comments coming in. And that's the Vox Pop on the streets of Accra. Three interesting people, a gentleman, two ladies. Some of the views that have been sampled, let me read them to you. One says that they are my friends and they should remain that. Second person says that we grew up together some way all the way through JHS, but somehow life happened. So we all went our separate ways, but they came back later. So friend zone, point number 2. Then other one says that as a brother, that I am your brother.
I'm giving you a position.
Very, very interesting there, but that's what someone says. I see you as a brother, and so it cannot go beyond that. Now, the gentleman says something which is quite interesting. We will come to the studio to discuss that. He said, if I'm interested in you, we go straight to the relationship. I don't start from the friend level. So I know if I want to be with you. And for me, I keep thinking that that's problematic. KB, what do you think?
Yeah, because anything that has to last for a reasonable amount of time, which is a relationship leading to marriage, has to have foundations. And just like architecture, just like building, if the foundation is not strong, there's going to be challenges. And I think there's a way, I don't know if because of tech, people feel they can figure out people faster and not go to the natural way of the vibe check, the connect and all, because you go to the person's Facebook. What I've realized is, like, that's what people do. They go and check the person out on Facebook, check their digital print. And who is not a good boy on Facebook? When I say good boy, like, who is not putting their best foot forward? Who is not bringing their A game? So they'll be like, I see him. Oh, every day, so Indomie she dey chop. In my town no go hard. In other we marry Charlie. Okay. Easy go, easy flow. But probably she just wants people to think she that eat banku or that kind. That.
For all you know, she spreads her legs open at home on a Sunday afternoon
on the floor
with a bowl of.
Because there's a way people interestingly associate certain meals like spaghetti into like, oh, the person's not a glutton or whatever. So it's like true flex, but actually
that's not it.
Yeah. So if you skip the vibe check, if you skip, you can be escapist when it comes to life. Like seed time and harvest, as the Bible said. So you sow. There should be time. Time is, if it's plants, photosynthesis. If it's humans, bonding, chemistry before the harvest.
So they are skipping the most essential thing, which is the sowing of the emotional vibe check.
Yes.
Building together.
Yes. And that is where, if it's a soil, trace elements, humus,
you're able to
soil,
take out the weeds from the soil and all.
So by the
time pruning happens.
So by the time it sprouts, it's like, Charlie, we're good to go.
Fair game. But then I saw Lucy nodding her head when the lady said, "Hey, I mean, if your friend remained that." The idea of the conversation is not to project every friend on you. That is not the idea of the conversation. The conversation is to find out, even though this person is a great conversationalist, even though this person is somebody you are drawn close to, there's somebody that you run to when you have issues and you are pouring into the person. Why is it that it's difficult for the person to go to the next level? Because the lady said, if you are my friend, that's it. Because I know from the onset. Why is it like that? And you said, because you know.
Yeah. Because we know. And I like what the lady said, because I know, for me, I don't agree to jumping into a relationship from the word go. I believe in building friendship, okay? And that should be it for everybody. And because friendship is everything, even in a normal relationship, when you are able to build friendship as a not amorous relationship or relationship ending into marriage, but this friendship thing, if you're able to grow it, you nurture it, it's okay. And so I believe in even the normal marriage starting with friendship. But I think the reason why I know that to the lady's point is that I think we have been able to draw the lines that with meeting somebody for the first time. Oh, I like you. I like to be your friend. Fine. You know, that I like you. I like to be your friend. Fine. Starts from friendship. What we discussed last week was people we have known over time, people we have grown with. I mean, we grew up with them, so we knew everything. We have known everything, their childhood, their worst days and everything, and they have been maintained as friends. And when one of them mentioned brother, I was like, it's even worse when you are brothers owned, because
so why do we,
if we, the moment we put you into the brother zone, is like a no-go area for you. Even with a friend zone, there is a probability of a shift into that
later.
But yes, there is that probability.
But the brother,
oh please, who would want to be in a relationship with their brother anyway?
So the brother is who? The one you have shown to your mother, and he comes around the house to help.
Oh yeah,
fan the fire.
So it's like he virtually becomes like a family friend. Everybody in the family knows him. Extended people,
like your
the
cousin,
father, like an extended cousin
but
that
is
you met.
That person per the conversation not trusted enough?
Yeah, but so that is how come, you know, okay, it may sound bad in a sense that it means that I will trust my brother more than somebody I'm in a relationship, because like we always say blood is thicker than water. So I think becoming a brother is deeper. And though he is trusted and known, yes, he's the person that will not hurt you most, because, I mean, a lot of doors have been opening. But when we brother zone you, you don't even have the right to, when we tell you we want you and we don't want you get upset and then you withdraw. We won't allow it, because you're a brother. It is your sister that will hurt you the most. And so
I see.
You stay, you adjust, and then, you know, life moves on.
How many brother friends do you have? Do you have any?
Yeah, I do.
She's
Like
counting.
brothers, like those you have zoned into the
Brother zone.
the brother zone.
I do.
You have brother zoned a few friends.
Yeah.
How many?
She's counting.
And Jesus Christ, God save us, Andrew.
I'd like to start off.
Okay. So for a few people, I'm a father. For some, I'm a brother. But well, those that call me brother, that is where I'm trying to connect with Lucy. I don't see myself getting into a relationship with them. But then, when you are called a brother, have you ever been called a brother to someone?
Let me start by saying that I have only 2 brothers on the face of this earth. I am nobody's brother. I'm just putting that out there. If you are a girl and you are in my life, my mother did not give birth to girls. I am nobody's brother. Let me just get that out of the way. But yeah, I have people.
You have been brother zone. But you don't have a problem with it, do you?
Do I think I've been brother zoned? Okay, well, everybody has. Probably you don't know that you've been brother zoned,
Yeah.
but you've probably been brother zoned. So yeah, I think for me, I feel like certain people are better friends than partners. And there are certain bonds that when you create, you don't want to ruin it, because this is how I look at it. If I try to find something more and then it doesn't work out, it's difficult for us to come back to just being friends. So if you're in my life and I appreciate you enough and I cherish you enough and I hold you in high esteem enough, I'm not even going to try to pursue anything romantic with you, because obviously I need friends and I need like partners as well. So, but yeah, I agree with Lucy. I can't be in a relationship with somebody that's not my friend. But also I build it so there are forms of friendship.
Yeah.
So, like, there are acquaintances. In Ghana, we call everybody friend.
No,
But there are colleagues, acquaintances, like work mates, schoolmates, church,
The
yeah.
people you meet at
But
the
we call
bus
everybody
stop.
friends, yeah. So there are categories of friends.
Yeah.
If I meet you and I am interested in you, that kind of friendship is different from me and my brother Smart. Because I'm not studying Smart to get into a relationship with Smart. That is just a bond that we've created over time. There's something I also say. Genuine friendships. Nobody walks up to you and says, I want to be your friend, and it's genuine. They want something. Because genuine friendships, they happen naturally.
Yeah.
Oh, hello, oh, hi. Oh, hello, oh, hi. And then it builds from there. But if somebody walks up to you like, oh, KB, I want to be your friend, they've seen something about you that they want.
Okay.
They either want to learn something from you, they either want to associate themselves with something. There's something that they want. So I believe that friendship happens organically. Like, naturally it will happen.
So now, based on that, when you talk about an organic connection, that means you may disagree with KB when he says that it must be built from the friendship level, because if the intent coming in is to just identify that, okay, you are wife material or you are husband material, the person might skip the friend bit. Where I give you a scenario. So we are all on the table. Someone says that I need to hear from you. What we discussed the last time, I need to hear from you. So clearly the person wants to skip past just being the friend, hanging around for a year or two. So how do you differentiate? Because you mentioned that some people are better left as friends than partners.
Okay, so I believe there's a foundation, and the foundation is getting to know each other. So that is the basis. Then when we are building upon that foundation, we now determine whether we want it to go this way or we want it to go that way. But there's a universal foundation, and that is me getting to know you and you getting to know me. Then from there, we can decide whether we want to grow this into a lifelong friendship, or we want to grow this into something romantic, or we want it to just be what it is now.
That's where it becomes difficult. Before I come to Nanama, there are people you've been friends with for a number of years, but I think 3 years later, I think one of the ladies mentioned it, life happened, you see them again, and some way you want a relationship with them. How do you tell? Because this is just a friend. It's somebody you grew up with, probably Sunday school, junior high, senior high, but you never saw them during the tertiary period. They come back, they graduate and they come back. You are like, Asuma, you know.
No,
And
nice.
we are trying to be very realistic because of the type of show we are having. So you see the person 4 years time, and like, hi, Charlie, boys, the girl, she changed. You know, my eye can't be inside. When that one there, we can't hide.
I saw a friend recently at the protest. I was like, but you, if you know, say you go make fine like this, why a long time you know tell me? And she was like, what is that supposed to mean? Because like, she's been like somebody that I almost called my sister. Like she'll come honestly.
You're almost sisters zone.
Yeah, because she'll come to my house and like I'll be maybe in my shorts, no shirt. Like I don't mind. We'll eat from the same bowl. Like it was like that. And I saw her recently, I was like, hey.
Why?
What's happening?
Well, we're still on that table though. But Nanama, the lady that mentioned the part of intimacy, does it happen to most ladies that you project whether you can be intimate with this person?
Yes. You know, sometimes, as I said last week, the first thing that makes somebody like you is attraction. You know, so as women we have very wild imaginations. You men, you think you are the only people that have imaginations that can unclothe a person. No, we also
have been doing it.
Yes, we are
At
also
the bus
human
stop,
beings.
At the bus stop.
We are also human
You are
beings.
human
I had a
beings.
lady who can check the pants and say, this one will be small, this one will be big. I had a lady like that. I was like, mine was so dirty anyway.
God doesn't approve that because the New Testament says unhealthy comparison is not good for the kingdom.
So we also can do that, you know. And so if you are put in the friend zone, we don't see ourselves doing that with you. You know, we don't see ourselves kissing, we don't see ourselves touching. It's not something that we have visualized before. So it becomes like impossible. For instance, I have some friends. If I should imagine it, it's like ew, like
Okay.
you know.
Okay.
So I really agree with her. You can't bring yourself to be intimate with a person with no attraction. And if you put the person in a brother zone or a friend zone, it becomes normal. Like me seeing you, what will I say about you? Nothing. I mean, whether I'm married or not, what is there?
Yeah.
Nothing. You get it.
But most people also say love grows on you. So if love grows on you, maybe this, like I was talking to Andrea about, maybe at the onset you may not have seen it, but at a point, love begins to grow on you, and you begin to develop certain emotions or feelings towards this person. So how do we leave room for those ones that love grows on them? Because you see, the truth of the matter is, amongst the exceptions, there are also ones who, even though you like them as a friend, eventually they become someone that you want to go the extra mile with. So how do we help people who find themselves in those areas? As a lady, what would you advise a gentleman to do when he finds himself in that particular space?
There's always a way to approach it, you know. You have to test the waters before you go. And when you test the waters, you see, everybody has a love language. My love language is giving. Not me. I mean, it's an example.
You have not given
Somebody,
me anything for
somebody else's
So it's
is
gotta be
attention. You know, somebody else's is attention. Somebody's own is let's go out. Somebody's own is just spend the time with me. We won't go anywhere. We are just there. The more we spend time, the more I go. So we have love languages. So you don't just start and get up and say, "Oh, Lucy, you see, we're friends and now I love you." No, study the woman. You have to be as wise as the serpent. You know, study the woman. What does she like? Moreover, she's your friend, so it's so easy. For instance, maybe she had a broken heart, so you know the go areas, the no go areas. So you study it, and then you study the times and the seasons, like the sons of Issachar. You know, they understood the times and the
Chronicles
seasons.
12:32.
You know, so you study the season, and then you start telling her that you love her through your actions. What she is gifts. So what? You start giving her gifts. You start giving her gifts. After a while, she's like, are you developing feelings for me or something? Because she didn't used to do that. She herself will start realizing it. And then you come forward and say, this is it.
There is where most guys have the problem, KB, because now people say you can't predict a woman. Like, what exactly does she mean if she says her love language is time, attention, is giving, is gifting, words of affirmation, is support? Now, the lady says that her love language is giving, but she has never given anybody anything in her life. So if you can't speak your own love language, who should come and be speaking it for you? So let's go to a video on Facebook where Apostle Francis talks about, we are not showing it, and he posted it on Facebook. And this gentleman says that, I have learnt if a lady says no, she means no. I am not the Spirit of God.
Thank you.
To be searching all her inward parts of her belly. If you have something to say, you say it. We deal with it and we move. Not that you are there now, then small time, you will sir to you to speak. KB, when we struggle with defining the love language of a person, you may think that, as I've been with her for the past 2 years, she's somebody that loves attention. But another rich guy comes around, you know that she likes going out. And it wasn't really attention. No,
times and seasons.
Times
Like
and
the sons
seasons,
of
like,
Issachar.
you see?
Yes.
So, you know, sometimes people say you can have an understanding girlfriend. She meets someone who has money. They will give her money till you know that she doesn't understand you anymore. How do we tell the nature of ladies? Because the men are confused. Have you been there? How does it feel like?
Well, I've not had a lot of lobby relationships, but a few. That means that it's not zero. Okay.
Just to be clear.
Just to be clear.
Some didn't have labels.
Lobby, as in like, I've not been very ladies man, ladies that
Okay.
10.
Not
12.
like Andrew, yeah.
But I think last week I established the fact that humans are very complex beings, and I'm somebody in my worldview, as much as I am conservative with certain things, I'm very liberal when it comes to aspirations, like cognitive flexibility. I'm that type. Like humans are very.
So you allow people to be what they want to be at certain point.
Yes, like everything is context. That is when it comes to me. That is how I see humans. Context plays everything. If time is money, and you mentioned that, oh, this lady doesn't go out until some, because a person can afford that hobby that she wants to have. She always wanted to travel, do Dubai, bungee jump and all, but you didn't know because she didn't think you could afford it. Now that the person she feels can afford it is in the picture, then she's bringing that side of her. So when you've been friend zoned all this while, you didn't know this part of her because she thought, oh, Charlie, if I even bring up this side of me, you cannot make it happen. But what I also study with ladies is they sometimes want to eat their cake and have it. And I think
that's the point you made last week.
Yes.
And today we'll focus on that.
We have to.
We have to shift towards finances and affordability.
Yeah.
Because I remember Nanama mentioned, I think Lucy mentioned that we need to see you leading in a lot of things.
Yes.
And sometimes for a man to lead, it requires money.
Yes. At least in the modern, contemporary time.
Most men don't take initiatives if they don't have the money to finance it.
They won't.
Like you were saying. So please finish your point.
Okay. So since ladies usually try to eat their cake and have it, I think moving forward, the sisterhood, ladies, please try and tell yourselves, do a peer review meeting and reconstruct that mindset. Nowadays, as soon as you eat the cake, it's gone.
You can't have it.
You can't have it.
You can't have it. It's gone.
And you see, when every time I want to go raw, there's a way I try to say, oh, at the risk of sounding sexist, because I've not been a female before, and I don't intend to. I can only speak as much as masculinity will allow me. I can only theorize, try to empathize how females think or view things. But from what I've observed, I realize that they want to maintain the status quo at the same time. The same status quo now, they want it to evolve. You can't do that. Like if it evolves from gas to ice, it has changed. Water, it's the same water, but at the end of the day, you want cubes. When it's cube, that is when it's frosted. That's when you can have it. As soon as it metamorphosizes into whatever, you can't have the cube again. So when it's cube and it is cubing, that is when we are expecting you to whatever. As soon as you don't use it for your drink or whatever, and it goes to, don't come and say, oh, but he didn't say, me, I was waiting and I was whatever. So I even think we should, like, back to the peer review meeting I was saying, I think ladies start, I won't say sure or come cheap, but start reviewing better ways of also proposing without proposing. Because there are guys
like
who are
showing more signs or actually moving beyond that and voicing.
Yes, because throughout history we said the women should be conservative and they
should make the move.
But I've also realized through not like anthropology, but observation, if I should put it that way.
I like when you use anthropology.
Yeah, because some men to have low drive or their adrenaline or like testosterone is not very whatever. Last night, I think I was telling Apostle that he'll be surprised that a lot of people have different sex drives. And so a lot of girls feel every guy wants to get under their pants. Some people just want to be cool with you, even though you are married. Not to always Monday, every day, so their expectation me kruna or for me is he cheating? There are some people like that. So if you are in a relationship with such a guy and he's not coming out with that full blast, so you can easily think he doesn't like you. So you to make not like flirty moves, like punch some things that will make something not be. So all I'm saying is, ladies, go back to your meetings, your Beijing conference, and go and reconstruct because the world has evolved.
There was a message from Jackson in Accra last week. We didn't get to read that, so I would set it out because of the tangent that KB is trying to take us on. He said that this topic is interesting, but I think men have learned their lessons. They have stopped stressing themselves in trying to convince girls and spending on them, because at the end of it, her no should be her no. So now when the girl says no, we take our way. So Lucy, do you think that they should re-look at this particular thing? Because now the men are saying, okay, at first we would have pursued. We would have gone the extra mile. We would have come again. Because I know people who say that, hey, I proposed to this lady about 4 times. I'm like, hey, why are you? Because I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. So the men stop stressing themselves. Or you think that sometimes it needs a push? Because Juan also says that when I met my fiancé back in the university, I gave him a straight no. Because I wasn't even ready for a relationship. I also assumed he was a bad guy.
Assumptions.
Because he was good looking. And I always
this
think
problem.
that good looking guys are bad guys. Hey, any your problem?
Alhamdulillah.
Ladies like
They like them.
the
Bad
bad
guys.
guys.
No, like
That-
when a man is good looking, like they easily attract women.
Okay.
And so,
Okay.
yes.
So the assumption is that
If
Yeah,
you are-
so
okay.
not a lot of women will want to compete with that. They just want their peace of mind. They don't want to do the assumptions and the suspicions.
But nice guys deserve
So
love.
now, if you are aesthetically pleasing, it's a problem.
No,
Y-
it
yes.
not It should have a limit.
Wow.
No, you should have your boundaries. If especially if there's somebody in your life, because some women will not voice it out.
Yeah.
But the insecurities and uncertainties of your movement becomes worrisome. It becomes a load on them. Others will tell you. So for some women, in order not to go through all the emotional turmoil, when you're nice, you're no go area. Oh, I have some friends who specifically
When you're
say that.
very nice,
Yeah.
they
They say
wouldn't
they are
want
the
to
trouble.
be with you. So does that mean that it also contributes? Because now we have looked at finances, we have looked at affordability. Now another point is also coming in. If somebody is too good looking,
Some people,
or
some
is it that
women,
he's too nice, or is it the facial
or
See,
the attribute.
I-
appearance
I-
or their attitude? Of the
okay,
person?
okay. So it's two ways. Some people, facials, how they look at physical.
Okay,
So
alright.
they are too handsome
Okay.
to the point of being beautiful. Such people, women easily get attracted. Everybody wants to be in their circle. Everybody wants to be associated with such a person. Some women wouldn't want to compete with that level of attention.
Okay.
Because with some men, the more women attention they get,
Drama.
it gets into their head, and sometimes they do things they don't realize they are hurting their significant other. And so if the other lady doesn't voice it out, the lady doesn't voice it out, these are some of the emotional things and they wouldn't want to deal with that. So that is peace of mind. I don't want to deal with it. And then the being nice. Some women are also attracted to men that are naturally nice, not nice looking, but behavioral ways. So they are nice. They
buy gifts,
They
they-
give attention.
they
You
go
know,
extra mile.
they can be a tamale, and you call them. You need an assistance, and they make themselves available. Though you are not their significant
So
other.
like John.
Ah,
It's a
KB.
question.
In
It's a
plain
question.
words, in plain words, Obi or John,
Is that what you mean?
And you're John.
and yet John.
Okay.
And you're
Okay.
John. Why?
No, not John or John.
I know.
The N is almost silent.
KB.
My bad. My bad.
John. It is not what you mean.
Is
But
it what society calls John?
I don't call that John.
Okay, you call
Also,
that
is it what
benevolent.
society?
I don't know what society
But
says.
you-
I refuse to say that. KB, I won't give in to
You
that.
call it benevolent.
Yeah.
The person is benevolent.
Yes. Naturally.
But kindness should have an extent.
That is why I'm saying that you should draw the line, especially when there is a significant other. You should have ways and means to be able to even extend your help without being openly available at the detriment of your significant other. So it goes two ways. And like I said, I will say again, some women will tell you, some women will calmly ask you, is there anything going on that I need to know? Okay, when they open up a conversation like that, be candid enough to speak to them, because it is calming for them to talk to you about it, even if they lie about it, than for them to make you assume you are going crazy.
Yeah.
So we'll start with you. Does the finance of a gentleman play a role in how you see him in the near future?
No,
It doesn't.
no,
It doesn't. Nanama.
no.
Does it? When you met him, I mean, when
I
you're
am-
struggling to answer.
Yeah, because your
Because
question
it
is a bit
depends.
here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you are with someone who
Yeah.
is a friend,
Yeah.
does his state of finances
Yeah.
contribute to you seeing him in the larger light?
It's not the
Does it
state of
contribute?
his finances for me per se,
Uh-huh.
but it is his level of maturity and level of dream he's having.
Okay.
Okay, I mean finances, yes, but it's not the first thing I'll consider when
Rate.
considering a friend.
I want to say something.
Okay.
You asked me and I said no. There is a proverb in Chi that says, "Nyo walk it to a man, no one nya kesi
Sure.
obe ma." So that is why I said no.
No.
Being with a man goes beyond finances.
Yes.
The reason is this. You asked me.
Yeah, you.
So to me, no. A generous person and a kind person is key to me, because if that person has 5 cities and gives me like 50 pesos, that is how much he can afford now. And even if it's consistent, let's say every week 50 pesos out of his 5 cities every week, this is how you know the person is. And when it comes to me, I'm super ambitious, but more often than not, I need somebody that will push me.
Okay.
Because when I get that kind of push, it may not even be a financial push. It could be psychological or moral. And so if with me, a man that would not be intimidated by how far I can go is everything to me. Okay. Because he doesn't care. I'm making my money, I'm working, and everything is settled, and it's okay. So when you get that kind of support, and these days, I think more often than I know, most marriages are exemplary. I have friends who are pushing each other. I have a friend whose husband did a course in hair area. The man is engineering, but he did a course in hair area just to support her in her line of work. Yes, that is a massive support.
Wow.
Yes.
Is the wow you like?
Wow.
Smart, sorry.
No.
I wanted to say something quickly. I wanted to chip it in before we veer off that point. Lucy made a point about somebody who, even if you're in the northern region and you need them, they'll be up. And then KB said John. I wanted to make a
John. That's different.
Okay,
John
sorry.
is a name.
John.
John is a tag.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Thank you.
So I wanted to just make a quick point. KB said something in the beginning which I really agree with. Women want to eat their cake and have it. So now boys have adapted to not being too available. Because if we are just friends and I'm going out of my way to do it, and I'm doing it because I'm hoping that it can be more.
Exactly.
But you are doing it because you are receiving these things from me
Because you just like it.
you think I'm available. So, can you take me here? Can you do this for me? Oh, I have an assignment. Can you help me with it? Boys have learned that sometimes they are being used. I saw a quote this week. It says sometimes being used can look like you are long-suffering and you are patient. And sometimes patience can look like you are being used. So you need to be able to tell the difference.
Yeah.
Sometimes you are just being flat out used. But you think, oh, if I have enough patience, maybe she'll come around. And sometimes too, it's
No,
like,
but
the
I
extent
would
matters.
like to say something, because
Okay, come in.
Smarts asked a question when the gentleman said a message that
Yeah,
now
that
when a
we
lady
want
said
to
no.
stop stressing ourselves.
Yeah. I said it last week. When a lady says no, don't go back. I think we need to make us lady be certain of what we want.
So you think ladies rather need orientation?
Yeah, you see,
Or is it the men that need orientation?
I think it go both ways. What
It's
I mean is
difficult
this.
because you
No,
see, Lucy,
listen.
I think that's where the argument
Smart.
is.
Listen, what I'm saying is that when KB comes to me, Lucy, I like you, I tell him no, I'm not interested. I don't give any reason, because that is when Nanama said we should check the seasons and the times.
Yeah.
If I'm working and schooling and a whole lot of things are in, I won't have time for him. And I call you, you didn't pick, you haven't texted. That is something I don't want to deal with. So it's a definite no. I'm busy. I have a lot on my hands, so I can't handle this now. When it's a no without any explanation, I would wish that men will learn. It is a way of teaching us women also a lesson to be sure of what we want.
Yes.
Okay, to be frank, because we cannot make you people keep assuming that our no means try another time or keep coming. We don't have that time. So I would say emphatically that when you meet a lady, you have actually studied the season and the times, and you come to her, and this is somebody that you know. If it is a friend, you will know what is going on in her life. And so, when they said no, if you don't know she's going through relationship troubles, if you don't know she has just gotten out of a relationship, if you don't know it is tied to work or anything, because in friendship you may know these things and then make the assumptions, oh, this is bad timing, so let me try. But if it is of nothing of that sort and they tell you no, men, please don't come back again.
Okay, but then when you study most of the relationships and the people that share their stories with us, you realize that some way, somehow, I may be wrong. That's why we have two ladies here to bring us back on track. Most ladies like a man who is just upfront.
That is it.
But why should so it goes back to what KB
No,
was
but
discussing.
being upfront.
Should they skip the friendship bit and just meet you and say, hey, Charlie, I like you.
It's
What be your mind?
It's a total put off.
No,
Because
but
if
most people say that when he came, he was upfront. He made me know what he wanted.
Sharpshooter.
But some of you
Yes.
want to just
No,
hang
but
around
you see-
with a hope on.
You see-
and that's the same hope Andrew was talking about.
Listen, I want to believe that those people that came and they were upfront, believe me, men that are upfront are actually attractive. Okay?
To some women.
Yeah, to some women.
They are attractive.
Yes, to some women. Because with some women, they think it's boldness.
Oh.
That
Just
with,
a nyakani a jump.
I don't know why you keep on using that, but
Terms and
no.
conditions apply.
But you see, even
TLCs.
with these people, when they come and they are that upfront, the lady always pulls the brake. Let's be friends and see how it goes.
Yeah.
Do you see it? Let's be friends and see. I like you.
But
And
that
I-
one intent has been established.
Yes. So let's be friends. That is why I said the lady always pulls the brake. Let's be friends and see how it goes.
Okay.
Okay. So they pull the brake. I know others would also just jump in,
Yeah.
and just swim along as it is. So that is why, but on this basis, from the basis of our conversation, it has been people we know already. So people we have established long-term friendship.
Yes.
Okay, and sometimes it will shock you to know. Sometimes some of them that you have known for a long time, into who say me pal, like.
No, because he's done all the
I mean, Lucy.
smart. He's done all the tag things. And
Lucy doesn't want to hear it. But that's what
He's
we are
done
talking
all
about.
that.
Now this gentleman has been all that.
Yes.
He has driven you to a bridge to have your photo shoot with his phone.
Yes. Exactly.
This is oddly specific.
Say all.
It could be a serious.
He has sent you very nice gifts on your birthday.
Smart. This
And
is
you
a
can
safe
say-
space, so if there's something you can tell us. Because
No, but we are talking about the kindness of a person.
So-
a man leading. So the interpretation of boldness
So
and the interpretation of confidence. Someone is around and he's hoping that it goes far. Now this is the message we are getting. Reason why I was telling Anama that it makes it difficult for us to determine what is your love language.
no, but
Because-
Nanama said something. I'm not cutting you short.
I'm not saying that she's wrong. I'm saying that it makes it difficult for us to
Why don't
tell-
you try it all?
no, but Lucy, my question
We
is,
should try it all.
For me.
Five
for
times.
Me, for
Five,
me.
five
all the
occasions.
5 love languages.
5 occasions, 5 times. Is it too much?
No, for me.
Would you try
That's what
it all?
I said. No, that's what I said. She's your friend.
So you
have
know.
known her for a while.
Yes.
If you're a wise man, you will know.
You know.
Okay, so
If you're a
my-
mature
Let's
man,
assume you
will
don't know.
my
Try it all.
question to Lucy would be, Lucy, if I come to you and I say, oh, Lucy, I think I like you and I want to pursue something romantic with you, and you tell me, let's be friends and see, that's a no for me.
Okay.
That's
Ah,
a no for me.
okay.
No,
Why is
let,
that
let
no?
me let me make my point.
So that's
Let me
interpretation.
let me
I
make
like
my,
that, no.
That's
let me
his
make my point.
interpretation.
I want to
Okay,
make my
a
point. My point is, if I come to Lucy and I say, Lucy, I like you and I want us to pursue something, once I've told you I like you, for me, this is how my brain works. Naturally, it is going to start from friendship. Because when I was making my point, that is what I said. I said the basis is friendship. So as a fellow adult, I can't see you today and say I love you.
Yeah.
Because it is not...
No, some men see you straight away and say, I love
Yes.
you.
No, those people, they say we are all working, but some people are...
No, I mean, let's talk about the general thing.
No, I
mean, there are
understand.
some people who are
This is it
matured
happened.
who will say that. But at the end of the day, you see, me, what I was going to say is that me, I like a man that will come up front to me
Boldly.
and say, oh, Charlie, I like you. I like the way you behave. I like this. I like this. Can we start something so that we see how it will take
Exactly.
us? And even with that, I will discuss terms and conditions.
So-
how long are we supposed
Fantastic.
to go out?
That's
how
why I'm
long?
saying that.
When do you plan to? What is
I
your...
think if you tell me let's be friends and see,
So let's be
for
friends.
me it
You-
looks like a no because I feel like let's be friends is already a no-brainer. It's not that's what's going to happen. So if you are also interested, I would expect that your response would be, okay. I hear.
Why should it be
No,
okay?
Exactly, because I cannot agree to something I know nothing
You're
of.
not letting me finish my point.
Okay means I'm agreed
I was
to
going to say
start
something.
something.
Started, okay.
Okay, please finish. Who say anything?
Yes.
Go.
So
go,
my
go.
point was, okay, I have heard what you have to say. Probably, I also have similar interests, but it is not defined yet. So now that you have expressed your interest in me, let's see how best. Because now once I've told you I like you, if you say let's be friends and see, you have not told me how you feel. So now that is one hand up.
I don't feel anything.
Exactly.
So no, again, we are not talking about strangers.
Oh, okay.
The topic is not about strangers.
Okay.
The topic,
Okay.
The topic
Okay.
is about your friends.
Okay.
You understand me? So this is
Yeah.
not a stranger.
Okay.
So if it is somebody that is
Okay.
your friend,
Okay. I
and then
get
they've
you.
said this to you, and you say let's be friends and let's see it, I don't see how
Okay,
that
so
works.
then
Okay,
that is a different
that's
thing.
in a
Yeah,
context.
you said friend because
Yeah. So
if
that's
you are
a no.
meeting me,
Yeah, because the topic is a friend
the
zone.
scenario you make is if I've seen Lucy and I say Lucy, I like her, I want us to start something.
the
You're not
topic
my
is
friend.
the friend zone.
Yeah.
That's why I made that point.
Okay.
Around the topic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
I
you can
agree.
keep your messages
I
coming on
agree with you.
WhatsApp. Send us your contribution on
But
WhatsApp.
in
It's
friendship,
020-343-8710. 020-343-8710. That's the number on WhatsApp. You can send us your contribution. Send us a message. Let us know what you think. Now, I am always struggling because, you know, it's very difficult to read women. Okay, so the level of investment. Last week, before we ended the show, a topic came out of the friend zone. Where do we draw the boundaries now? Because now everyone wants to gauge their level of investment. If I'm going to be doing all this, if I'm going to be doing all that, and eventually it is not taking me to the destination, how do I mark my investment? You spoke about giving friends boundaries.
Yeah.
There are certain things people must know,
Yeah.
even at the friendship stage.
Yeah.
Share some of them with us.
So I said that if you meet someone, okay, for me personally, so let me speak from my experience. When I meet you, I'm a boy's girl, okay. So when I meet you for the first time, I'll start telling you, oh, I have a guy I'm already going out with. I'm dating.
Which you said is a lie. It's,
What?
At that time, it was a lie.
At that time, no,
you-
it was true.
That you were seeing someone.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So I start telling you about him, and then in another conversation, I'll tell you, oh, when you come and visit me, you can't come into my room. You know, I can't come and visit you and come into your room. I don't enter boys' rooms. Me, that was me. Even though I was boys, we stay outside and play. I won't come and sit in your sitting room. Then we'll be watching movie. I won't do that. If I'll do that, I'll come with somebody, so that it is clear. It is stated. And if you want to take me out, in fact, my boys won't take me out. Why would they take me out? You want to take me out? Maybe we are going somewhere. We go together.
Together,
So
a
I
group.
pay my own lorry fare. You pay your lorry fare. We get here, Charlie.
Is that the
my
reality?
5. Yes, that's the reality.
That ladies pay their own fare when they're in the car with
If
them?
I'm going out with my friend who is a boy, like we are coming for the drama you have
Smart.
in December.
You would pay your own fare.
If I'm paying both, Charlie.
Lucy, allow me to speak for
No,
some
I'm
people.
shocked you asked this. I'm allowed to
No, because
So-
see, the majority of the
So-
general public, they are not paying. That's the truth.
They're not paying.
Maybe
sir.
we they pay, so we know.
Oh no! If you
Won't
pay,
Also,
wait. Oh,
That's
because maybe
why- let me-
I
let me-
see you
let me
as
give
my
a
big
secret.
brother.
Let me give you a
I
secret.
see you as my big
That's why
Big
some
brother
of the
for you.
guys. That's why some of the guys, when they enter the bus with you, they go and sit at the back
so that they won't pay.
because you don't like
Me, I will pay and pay for you. I will pay and pay for you.
It's a big issue. So
Me, for instance, if you are boys and you are going out, Charlie, I'll pay the in, you pay the out. If you are picking boats. So it's just you sitting down and stating the boundaries. Okay, the boundaries of this and that. Now, if you come in as an upfront person, telling me that I want you to be, I want us to be friends because I like you.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want us to be friends. Then it means that we have to start dating. Let's go out. Let's spend time together. Let's ask me a question. Let me ask you a question. Let me see what you like, what you don't like. Let's see if we are compatible. Then when I see that we are compatible, after 6 months or 1 year, I'm like, oh, I can see that this relationship is going somewhere. So now let's start romantic one and let's see. That is in a more matured way than you trying to do favors for me, expecting me to miraculously
know that your
and
favors are the
prophetically
ones that
siphon in my spirit that you like me.
What if he's a naturally kind person?
it's okay.
It's okay for to
Then
be kind.
if it is not working,
No,
it
but
shouldn't
you guys,
happen.
you guys made a point earlier, and then you said that they need to start doing certain things like your love languages and stuff like that. So now, if you
That
say
is
that,
when-
No, he says
That
when
is
they have been
when
friends.
they've been friends, and
And
now
you
you
want
the
the
boy
person.
wants to propose.
okay, so
and I'm
what if,
saying you don't go straight ahead.
so what
and
if
do
I haven't
it.
proposed yet, but then I'm doing nice things for you? You can't say that
I can't
I
assume.
shouldn't do it,
Ah.
knowing that it will not go anywhere.
No, I can't
No.
assume. If you haven't
I
said
can't
anything,
assume.
I'm
assume.
not asking you to assume.
What if you are
Uh-huh.
naturally a nice
I'm not
person?
asking you to assume.
Yeah.
If you're my friend, you know if I'm naturally nice or not.
Oh, if you are my friend, you are naturally nice.
Yeah.
All my friends are
You-
nice.
So no, the thing is this: if I've been your friend for let's say a year,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden you see that the way I'm acting towards you has changed, it already sends a signal to you
Yes.
that there's something different.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of women act oblivious to the fact that this person likes me.
You should speak.
You see, that is what I hate this narrative, because a lot of women use people and get away with it because they say he didn't say
You
anything.
didn't
You
say
didn't
it.
say anything.
Why
But you
do
were
you think-
receiving the favors, and you also.
Okay, so why do you
KB,
think people
I said
don't
when
put
I'm okay.
boundaries on relationships anymore? Why do you think everyone is moving with free to go, free come in, free come out? People don't want to stop you from doing all the nice things. They will take all in.
Why should I
All
hinder
right.
you from getting
No,
your own
so,
blessings?
So now we are talking about
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
But I didn't ask you
How
to
we
do
got
it.
to
No, you see,
So
eh,
you
you
see
see,
where-
you see where the
But
problem
like I
is.
stated earlier, if it
This
gets
is where the
difficult
problem is.
You
now,
should talk. What
For
happened
us
to
to
So Lucy,
tell-
if you ask me to take you somewhere as a friend, and I say, Minko,
I won't take offense.
Who will take offense?
so that is you, Lucy.
Ah,
Other people
No,
will.
no,
there
no.
are other people whom I have asked to take me places, and they said they wouldn't go. And this is what happened. Oh, I'm going this place. Okay, I'm going here. Let's say I'm traveling to Koforidua with some people. They have vehicles, so I know the person will be free. So then I called and I said,
Ah,
yeah,
over here.
Yeah.
hey.
Oh,
My Jesus.
that'd be like 600 cities petrol in and out. Oh.
Yeah. So you won't let me finish.
Yeah.
You won't let me
So
finish.
so Lucy will buy her own
Oh,
fuel.
see, yeah,
If you
yeah.
have time, fine.
You
If
didn't
not,
let me
she'll find
finish.
another
Okay,
person
please
to
finish.
drive.
Yeah, sorry.
So then I called this person, and he was like, no, Lucy, I won't go. I can send you the money to, request
the
for
trans-
Uber and even go from here. That's what the person said.
Oh, okay.
And I told the person, I can pay for the Uber. So it wasn't about the, just
wanted
us
somebody to
going.
put your legs on the
No, that wasn't even it.
Oh my God.
It wasn't. Yeah, insane. That wasn't it. I told him it wasn't about he paying. It wasn't even about the transportation because I could have afforded it. But it was about the company for the trip. Okay. And I was upset.
Wait,
Like I
Okay.
said.
Let's put this in
No, I wanted
perspective.
to land the
Doesn't this
story.
validate my
Nana,
point?
Nana,
No,
I
it
wanted to land
doesn't.
the story,
Okay, finish,
please.
please.
But you see, I
And
didn't.
you were upset.
I was upset. But I didn't tell him I was upset.
Okay.
He said he would not go. And the thing is that later on, I told him I was upset. But then when I analyzed the situation, when I called him, I had thought of all the other options. Because usually that's what I do. I don't like calling people in for favors. When I call people in for favors, I have weighed all other options and all the other things that come in before I will finally fall on you. And then when I finally fall on you, it means that you are my last resort and it is last minute. So when I thought of it, I realized it was also a last minute incident. It's not something I had communicated to him in advance for him to prepare. So that is what I'm saying. In some of these things, a rational person will still sit back. And when I told him I was upset, I had thought of it. I rubbished it because I felt the level of friendship we had, he could have still gone ahead. So when I told
Is he
him,
single?
when I told him,
You know something? Look,
No,
do you know
listen.
why I'm asking?
Okay, I think that I like this conversation.
Do you know why I'm asking?
We need to know
Do you
the
know why I'm
answer.
asking? Do you know why I'm asking? Do you know why she was upset?
No.
She was upset because I'm sure she was actually considering him.
I think deep down it was more to spend time with, like,
With
this
him
is the person
as a
I'm
person.
comfortable with.
Yes.
So I would want to go
Yes.
with you.
So
Etienne driving
now
Coco for
it
you.
was.
I
No,
said,
I was
so-
going on
so-
a purpose. It wasn't a trip.
Okay,
I
so
needed
So-
to
there
send
was
some
a trip
things.
So-
that you had to go
Yes.
on, but you called on him
Yes, to help.
to help.
Yes.
So why not?
So
a
can I?
hair?
No.
no, but
Wait.
you chose
Can
him
I say
because he
something?
was the one
on
that
a
would
hair.
I
have
have a
been
hair.
comfortable.
Who
Please.
drives? She can't drive to
Please,
Koforidua.
can I say
I have a
something?
hair.
Oh, yes, you can.
So it means that, okay, you doing, if a lady is asking you for a favor, there are those people that take undue advantage of it, and there are those people who
Yeah.
are telling you asking you for that favor to test if you are the one, so that if you are ready to come forward.
Okay, great. This is great, but why test someone?
It isn't a
Why?
test. It
Even
was
God
a
test.
situation
What
I
are you
needed
telling
help
me?
with. So
Okay,
We
so
all test, men
so you
test.
see,
Let me give
here
you
we
Everybody
go.
test.
Let me give you a scenario. I'm sorry.
Alright,
Let me give you a
please come.
scenario. I had a friend who I usually, when she has assignments, she would say, "Oh, I have an assignment. Can you help me with it?" I say, "Okay," and I help her with it. I help her with it because one, it's a course I want to take already.
Okay.
So she's doing it now, but I want to do the course. So I help her with it. Number one, because it is helping me as well. I'm preparing before I go and do the test. And then number two, I help the person because I like the person, which I've made very clear. I'm
Interesting.
not going to lie about it.
Interesting point.
Yes. Now, it got to a point where I couldn't differentiate between me being appreciated and me just
Being
being
used.
asked for stuff. So I decided to set boundaries. And then I took a step back from certain things. So there was one time she was like, "Oh, I have a 5,000 word assignment." And I was like, "Okay." And then the next message came, just like, "Oh, please, I need help with it." I'm like, "Okay, now you have asked." Because initially I would have just jumped into, "Okay, send it to me. Let me see how best we can go about
But
it." Do you understand? When I
Yeah.
set the boundaries, I save myself the stress because now you have asked
Yeah.
for my help.
Yeah.
Initially, if you didn't ask for my help and I go and do it now, and then I say, "But you, I did,"
Yeah.
which should not be the
S-
case anyway. They will now go and say, "I didn't ask you for
Andrew,
your help."
My
Yeah.
question
Andrew,
is
no,
left-handed
let me-
anyway.
let me say
But
something.
Lucy, before you
No.
come in, let me just urge our viewers to bring their message because this story
let
that
me
you
say
shared with
something.
us,
You yes,
we will
I
get
I
to the
want
bottom
to.
of
it
that.
is
I
very
want to.
deep,
I
very
want
deep.
to.
We need to know the
I
status
want
of that
to-
person.
It is very
telling
deep.
you.
Yeah.
We need to know the name, the location,
Okay.
how he is,
His
where
birth
he is,
certificate,
the
when
work,
he
his
is.
birth certificate, any
his Ghana
criminal
card.
records, his Ghana card, his phone number, his Momo number.
So on WhatsApp is 0203438710. Send your messages in. I'll be digging in
But-
very soon. The first hour of the program, we have learnt about how some ladies see men and how benevolent they're expecting the men to be.
I will say something to
like
that.
to drive all the way to
I don't even know
Koforidia.
why you are making it all the way. Koforidua is just here.
Hey,
Just
just
That's
here,
it.
very
So
It's
how
a
come your
2-hour drive.
female friend
But you
couldn't
see-
drive?
you
Every
see,
step
I want
here?
to
Gabby,
say
stop talking
something.
about the
Yeah.
I
female
want
friend. We are
to
not
say
talking about the
something.
All
female
right, so
friend.
to Lucy.
So to the example that I gave.
Okay.
Now I have other couple of friends who also drive. You see, that's why I'm saying that women. We know we have women who will just use you to their advantage.
Yeah.
And then we have women who pull the brake.
Yes.
If they are not really that interested.
Yeah.
This thing is, you ask whether
Thank
the person
you.
is single.
Yes.
Yes, the person is. And you see, it wasn't also because the person likes me. This is a person we have sat down, we have had conversation. It's a no-go area between the two of us.
Okay.
Okay? So we have that kind of thick friendship, honestly, with him. I mean, he comes to my place, I go to his. We have sat down to have that kind of
It
conversation.
can be changed.
It can be changed. Oh, it will take grace. So
This is very sufficient.
I know. I believe that too. And so, and you see, the reason why I could ask him was because we have had that conversation. Because at the same time, I had other male friends. I have this friend who avails himself at all times. Anytime it will drive me anywhere.
But you weren't very
But I
interested.
know he likes me. So even calling him to do such favors can make him think. And it's not one, you see. So like I said, there are women out there. I ask people favors when I know there is no ulterior motive because we have had, and truly it is the people that I have that kind of relationship who will not assume I may be liking them or I think we are in a relationship that I can make such demands of.
Yes, but
When-
Lucy, would you also agree that to some extent, someone who probably you've had the sit-down talk with about whether it can generate into a relationship or not, there are people who can also sit down and say, going all the way to Koforidia, having that wee time driving with you in my company is going to create a lot of how much can we discuss? How much am I willing to do? You see, men, we ask ourselves questions. I'm coming to drive 2 hours, 30 minutes.
Okay,
You know, to Koforidia with you.
Yeah.
Then
With-
you ever come and say,
Especially with Ed Sheeran in the
especially with
background.
someone that-
They are already friends. They've already
I'm
bonded.
not saying
They've
that you are
already
not friends.
discussed things.
I didn't say you are not
Especially with Ed
friends.
Sheeran on the playlist.
I'm not saying that. Let me put it across. Lucy, I'm not saying.
I am a boy's girl.
I'm coming.
Very boy's
So
girl.
let's come back. Let's come back to the issue. I've had a sit down talk with her.
Nothing will happen.
Having
What's a sit down talk?
a sit down talk, like there is
Like
an
there's a
issue
clarity.
between us.
We can't
So we
be
had to
right.
clear the air. So I have feelings for you. Maybe it's not too clear. I needed some clarity.
Is that where we spelled friend zone? We cut the band.
Yes, so
we
now
just
I
draw
know
the
that Charlie, bro,
demarcation.
it won't work.
Okay,
So
you are
moving
to
forward,
change
we all know that Charlie, Enyejuma, you get it. All right, so this is somebody who has had that talk with you.
Okay.
It's a strong
now I
talk.
understand.
And now I'm being asked for a favor
Yes. And
to
I say no.
go with you. I'm going to be in your company. You're going to be in mine. Now, that trip, if you know the weather very well,
Can
Countryside.
change.
it's a countryside
The
drive.
feeling can change.
No.
Me, I have a question. I want to ask
Wonderful.
because I have a question.
Because you see, Lucy, he also has to ask himself. I don't drive, and I always tell my boys that when they are driving, I'm happy because sometimes I look at the distance, you know, to the extent where I think there was a day we had to do an event in Koforidia, and they had to drive me to Koforidia. So
We've done that twice.
you see, so normally when it happens like that, I ask them, "Tell you guys, you have energy." Oh. So I'm translating. I'm being frank about it. I'm translating that kind of energy to the gentleman as well. This is not someone that I would end up with. You see, don't forget that men also have feelings. They have emotions. He has been told it. Yeah, I understand. That is where the problem is. Because
Yes, that's where my
we
question
have,
also is.
we have discussed that
What
it
did
is
you
not
discuss?
more.
So you see why I said they want to eat their cake and have it.
It's not
Wake
eating
up.
cake and have it.
Yes.
It
is.
This is on health
It
basis.
is. So I asked last week.
No, but you know the
Great.
difference between him hearing what you have said and him accepting it. It's two different things.
Yes.
Jesus Holy Christ.
No,
This has got even nothing to do with
You know if somebody
So
like you
I said last week, would it be okay
Uh-huh.
if a gentleman withdraws certain
It's
things that
okay.
he used
It's
to?
okay.
Lucy, have you
It's
ever heard
okay.
of the
It
is
statement?
okay.
If you love somebody, let them go. If they're yours, they'll come
Oh
back.
yeah.
Yeah,
It
so somebody
happens.
is there saying that if I love you enough, I've heard what you have said.
Yes.
Let's see if in the
You'll come back.
Steve Harvey has a message where he says that if a guy is your friend and he says, "Oh, it's your friend," he's waiting for a chink in the armor, just a gap this wide, the way you enter, because he's only keeping you around because
Yeah,
Okay,
but then,
I
but
don't
then
know why.
let me come to
Yeah.
KB because I asked him a question and he didn't deal with it because of the way the conversation was going. So, KB, we were talking about why there are no more boundaries when it comes to most friendships now.
Yeah.
Because it's easy go, easy come, let's go with the flow. Then eventually a lot of people are getting hurt along the way. Why are people failing to draw the boundary so that people don't get, have any qualm at the end of the day to say, he friend zoned me. Look at all the things that I've done for him. Because if a man is supposed to sit down and list the things that he did, the lady could equally say that, okay, I also came around your place, I did X, Y, Z, and all that. Somebody is driving to Koforidia, other people are driving to Cape Coast, some are driving to Kumasi, and they're like, oh, I have this friend, he's a nice guy, he will take us. And it happens. A gentleman can be at home, a lady friend will call him and say, my friends and I want to go to this event. Can you take us there? And this person readily avails himself with the intent that me and Nyoma Wenyano, all these things I'm doing, you will see.
it will speak on my
Then
behalf,
one day,
like the
he
blood of
drives you to
Jesus.
the event and you say, meet my boyfriend.
You know, there was a scenario where my
Yes.
friend took a girl that he liked to a birthday party, and then the boyfriend of the girl proposed there. Because in his mind, oh, let me be nice. And he drove the girl to a party, and somebody proposed,
should
and the
talk
girl
about
said yes.
You see, Lucy,
so the
Lucy
boundary-
is
So
saying
why
we
don't
should
we
talk.
create
Yeah.
the boundaries?
So that's why I
boundaries-
said
Aha,
let's
please come in, Kevin.
the sisterhood.
Why are you always blaming the sisterhood?
No,
Is it that we
they are
held?
recipients.
Is it that we have held sellatives
No.
on the
No.
on the
Let
on
me-
the
let me-
mouth
let
of
me-
You guys
let me
are
tell
the
you what I mean.
No,
receiving
because
end.
Yes.
No,
in fact,
no,
for
KB.
men,
A lot of the
Listen,
times you are the
No,
receiving
no,
end.
can
no,
you
no,
also
it's
do
KB.
a peer
It's
review
It's KB.
meeting
Hey,
with
hold on,
men
please,
and tell
please.
them that
Hold on.
they should come
one
straight?
person at a
Please,
time.
by the way,
All men,
we
we have
everybody, please.
For
well,
men, we
sisterhood,
believe.
All
for
men, we have a WhatsApp
Let
group.
me clear.
We have a
Let me
WhatsApp group.
clear.
All men, and
We
we talk
believe
there.
that women have one WhatsApp
We
group
talk
where
there.
they
Yes.
talk.
Yes.
So
Oh, we also have
every
one.
morning you send a broadcast message.
Yes. Let's dress
So all
men.
the women receive it.
So I think that you should also tell the men
Okay. So
what we are saying.
We were on Telegram.
Okay,
Okay.
don't
So,
don't
KB,
give
please make your
favors.
point.
Don't give favors
And make assumptions.
and
that
make
will win a
assumptions.
lady over to you.
At least make favors for like 6 months and come straight.
So, Lucy, how
that
do I
is
be
why
nice to you then? How will I be nice to you?
6
You
months.
see, that is why I'm saying that.
Hey, you guys are gagging KB
You
for
can
my question.
only-
no.
We will gag him
Like,
because he's blaming sister. We will gag. He
I
won't
didn't
talk.
even land, and she concluded. I'm
KB,
sorry.
you
Please.
won't talk. Eh?
It is your
You won't
true self.
talk.
You see, that is
All
why
right.
I'm saying that.
Okay then. Lucy, please
Yes.
come in.
He's asking how he
Ah,
can
so
be
you have
nice.
agreed for
We
them.
are
No.
gagging.
For
We
her
are
to
gagging.
just come in, I'll come back to you. My question must
Banging
be
and banging.
must be asked.
See,
Yes.
the thing is this. I always say that on the basis of friendship, we should be our true selves.
Okay.
And Andrew, if you are doing something for me, I was talking to somebody yesterday. I think this hurt, and you've hurt me, and you led me on, and I did all this, and you are now telling
Oh,
me
I forgot that phrase. You led me on.
Yes.
I'll deal with it.
You led me on, and I did all these things, and let's be true to ourselves in friendship.
Yeah.
You see, we should stop the means to an end thing. That is why I come back to, I have gotten, a long time ago, I realized that I don't feel hurt. I feel upset. In fact, I have learned not to even be disappointed these days.
Yeah.
Because if I am doing something for you, I should understand that it brings me joy to do it for you.
Yes.
Not that I want to do it because you want it.
Yeah.
It is these things that makes people, I make changes for you, and then you said I'm dark, I have to be fair. You wanted a fair lady, and then I went and I bleached for you, and at the end of the day you have ended up with, the things we do for people should first have a reflection of satisfaction from us.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, like KB rightly said, he said it in the first episode and he said it today too, the complexities of human behavior cannot necessitate the same reaction.
Smart.
Lucy, let's be fair on this platform. If I buy you pizza every Wednesday,
Yeah.
it may be for my kind self,
Exactly.
and I'm just a friend.
May underline.
May.
Yes.
If Andrew also buys you pizza every Wednesday, he may have an intent.
Communication. I will always come back
But
to
you
that.
see, so that is why I'm saying that we are always skipping the friendship bit. The person may be penetrating from the friendship area.
So that should be your true self. You see, when I said we should be our true self, let me give you one instance. I was in church one day. One guy was in shirt, nice shirt. This is our local prints. Beautiful. And I was like, wow, so and so person, this shirt really looks nice on you. It's really nice. If I were a man, I would go and sew with your guy. And he was like, he didn't say anything. I think the way I said it, he was taken aback. And then all he said was, wow, Lucy, the way you said this, if it was inverse, if he were a lady and I was a guy,
had said that.
he would have thought I'm actually hitting on him. But this is my true self. Smart. If you are my friend, and all my friends know me, and I walk to town, and I see something, and randomly I feel like this will look nice on Smart, and I can afford it.
I'm waiting.
I will get it for you. But the thing is that I am not doing it because I
get
know.
my
And
answers.
you see, that is why I thought. See, I don't do things for people to win things over, because I always say that when last week we were saying when you are genuinely good, the result of your goodness will not come from what I wanted and you didn't give. And that is why I come back to the point that even if I don't get to what I wanted from you, it doesn't stop me from being who I am.
You naturally
so
are.
in our friendship, let's not go the extra mile.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do what is with it, because that will make me ascertain whether this is good or what if you do all the flamboyant thing just to win me over, and at
And
the
then
end of
you
you
stop.
show me pepper?
Okay,
stop.
so
Meanwhile, that is not to win me over.
I honestly think
Let
it's,
KB finish.
it's
I'll tell you
highly
something.
debatable
Let KB finish.
when people call something an extra mile. The same scenario I gave. Someone may move from their home at Oyarifa to come and see you at the hospital at 37. To him, that's an extra mile. To another person, that's a normal drive. Okay? So, going the extra mile, like I said, KB, why? We will come to that. We'll come to that because I want to address that with Lucy. KB, why are the boundaries not being put on most relationships today? Has the dynamics changed? What's the
Start
thing?
well. Start well.
I don't know what she means. by
Sisterhood.
start.
Don't go the sisterhood
Okay,
way.
okay. No.
Yeah.
Well,
Why are people
The
not
aunties,
giving
the
people
aunties.
boundaries?
Say the aunties. It's not the sister, but the aunties.
well, the reason I address in block
Mhm.
is that like not to deviate, but people or species, organisms which have shared values and ethos, they begin to express themselves in a certain
In a certain way.
So when I say the aunties, when I say the Johns, it's all trying to say that these people have things, undercurrents that are common.
Yeah.
So it's very likely this will be the outcome. Okay. Now I lost my train of thought when she said that. Okay, for example, how do we in modern times? How do we orient? It's through media.
Yeah.
Most people, at least the average person, the average modern youth opinion on love and marriage, usually, if they are very creepy, they'll get it from a pastor.
All right.
But usually get it from theater. In 1 hour, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 15 minutes, they are going to tell a story about somebody who was friend zoned, broke up, this, and they got married in 1 hour, 30 minutes. But life is more than 1 hour, 30 minutes. So what I've realized is that depending on your level of maturity or how your mentoring, the number came to my head, down small drop of mentor. Oh, not a mentor. The type of the type of mentors you have around you and the ecosystem you have can tell how when you see something on TV, it's going to influence you. And for most of us, we grew up when our mothers were chasing money, our fathers were not around. So TV became what was teaching us. Yeah. So all we realized that in 1 hour, 30 minutes, in 90 minutes, a love has been brewed and then wedding bells and they live happily ever after.
So people think it's possible.
Yes, so there's a way, it's not like fast tracking, but we've all, like fairy tales have become, we've bought into it. It's like, oh, and then they bump into each other, the file fell, the pencil fell, and then one thing led to another. And their eyes locked, that kind of. But you realize that in real life, the person is even a lugumi. For those who don't know, a lugumi is like cross
The
eye.
person is across eye.
So if you cried, it will even lock in the first place.
But
So it comes back to what I'm saying, that let's stop preaching templates.
Okay.
I what I'm getting from this table is templates. Oh, when this, then that. When that, then this. Your context is this lady has been your friend because you are the only, even Muslims in that Christian way, whatever. So you have lived with her, she has moved with you and everything. Isn't it a possibility that that person shares your religious values, therefore nurture something out of it? So for that context, it's different from we are all in one big church, we are all Christians, there are 300 options. And so I'm saying that in every situation, find what will be peculiar in terms of the relationship and build on it. Don't have templates, because when you have templates, for example, the aesthetics thing, when the person is too nice, girls will like, oh, he's a womanizer. Those kind of things can be very tricky. When he's
They mentioned about the appearance. When he's too good looking.
Let's be very careful with those
Some ladies may
templates.
not want that competition of attention
didn't
from
do a
other.
general template.
No, it wasn't general.
Yeah, but like,
It's
no,
just
it's a
saying
general
that,
perception
that people have that perception.
that people have,
Yeah.
and it's something anybody listening or watching, I will be very stern that be very, very careful of that, because as soon as you have a template, for example, if somebody suffers a heartbreak, somebody can be lovey-dovey and all. One heartbreak will reorient them, whatever. So that when you meet them post heartbreak, they are different. For example, humans are post-COVID, we are very different.
Yeah.
Pre-COVID,
We're
so
very
depending on how, so when you're telling a story, a journalist, you're a movie director, you're a documentary, whatever, you realize that the post-COVID conversations or documentaries or productions, they are very different from pre-COVID.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Context all the time for me. No more template.
You mentioned ecosystem, and I'm
Yes.
very interested in that because when you take a look at the season of industrial age, we moved to the digital age. So there was this rural-urban migration. That was a point where people had to move, and so we have scattered people all around.
Yeah.
Then in the digital age, we have a lot of people who are more to self than to community, in the sense that most times in the African setting, the home was a communal one.
Yeah.
All right? But now it has moved from a communal one
Individualism.
to individualism. Is it also true that those boundaries were effective when it was communal because there were other oversights?
So there were
Like
other
your mother
thoughts,
was there,
other
your
ideas.
father
Your
was
aunties.
there,
Then it's your
your
aunties.
aunties were there, your uncles were there. So the moment someone walks into the
Everybody's
compound, everyone is watching.
Yeah.
However, in the after digital or post digital, now in the
Post-tech.
information age, you realize that most people are living alone now.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
Lucy
Yeah.
lives alone,
Yeah.
Andrew
Yeah.
lives
A lot of
alone.
people,
So visiting her, there is
Only
no
me.
oversight.
Yeah. It's true.
So no one is saying that, hey, Sheye, Berman,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
don't let
Yeah.
the person enter the room.
Yeah.
Speak outside. You know,
Yes.
if we're in a compound
House.
settlement,
Yeah.
you would have all those oversight. Do you think that has also contributed some way, somehow, to the way relationships are being manipulated? I choose it reservedly. How relationships are being manipulated now.
Well, it's not a one size fits all thing. The individualism bit, or the post-COVID or the post-tech, post-modern life, to me, the advantage it brings is that it makes everybody walk the consequence of their actions.
Oh, so presently,
Yeah, currently,
yes, for
the
whatever
advantage we are
choice-
having now is that now you live the consequence of your actions.
so you're
Yes.
free to
And
choose.
my mother made me today because he was Anewe, he
Yes.
was Ashanti.
Yes.
You don't get to blame anybody
Yes.
again. For example, now, what say I was say? Yeah, back in the day, oh, and say me bano, and then you like, oh, don't work with this guy again. He will sport. You understand? So now, when you have sport, you have sport. But it also tells us that less I don't know, mentoring keeps coming. A word of
Oh, use it.
my word of that. Now, mentoring has to be all time good and effective now, because if you are going to live the consequence of your actions, that means that actions are now going to be very dire. Choices
Yeah.
are now going to be very dire. So therefore, before that choice is even made, executed, a lot of layers and tears and intricacies have to come in before you make that choice. So, if the aunties are no more in the compound house, what is the virtual compound house we are creating? We have to have it virtually, because if the advantage was that it was architectural, it was physical,
Yes.
it was communal, then now let's create that same thing cognitively. So our tribe, or where I come from, or even let's use religion. The Ghanaians, they like religion a lot. Oh, Christopher dear, Pentecost for dear, way for dear. So you realize, even if you are in Antarctica, that Pentecost training, it goes with you. Now Elder Miracle is no more there, but you are being correct, quote unquote. So we have to have a way of creating the same thing our mothers had, that checked them so that they didn't have funny teenage pranks. Let's create it in modern times, but in a virtual way that you can tap from. That's why nowadays I like when I see a lot of talk shows, this counselor, that, but that one too is becoming too.
Yeah.
People say just
One-
for the
one,
numbers.
two, maybe.
Yeah, and also so you're very careful. So if there's a way we can have like an FDO, a standard board for such content,
like a
to which-
standard for
yes, so let's sanitize
panelists
it.
that are referred to as authorities in a space.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because OBR so will be.
Yeah, or your
and
counselor,
and
your
the
doctor.
more, and once you are given a tag, there's a way people resonate with it.
Yeah.
Oh, pastor this. The assumption is that
He
doctor,
knows.
doctor this, doctor that. So, as a people, let's start scrutinizing people we give tags to, because now we will connect with them digitally. And if the person is not of the sort we want, they are going to pollute, and they are going to make love and marriage even more complicated than it is.
You're live on Precious Television. This is To Be Frank podcast. We are coming to you live from our studios here. And we are live on YouTube at Precious TV Official and on Facebook at Precious TV. We're in the studios. I'm with KB, the MC. Lucy is here. Andrew is here. Nanama is also here. We're discussing Friend Zone. And today we had a new one, Brother Zone. And so we're putting it all together. We are all in the zone. That's what matters. Since we are in the zone, we are
under the ozone layer.
You can keep your messages coming in
Yes, ma'am.
on WhatsApp 0203438710. 0203438710. Send us your message, and I'm sure later on the program we will be opening up the phone lines. But I'm having a lot of ideas on this table. I'm seeing empowerment, mentoring. We have heard about people should draw boundaries. Well, Lucy says that she doesn't get angry, she gets upset. She doesn't get hurt, sorry. She gets upset, you see. Now, Andrew, when someone says that it's not going to work, but they would rather have you remain a friend, do you now set boundaries as to what to do for them and what not to do for them?
So this is what I think. There's no scenario in that situation where you will not be villainized if you take a step back. Because you will be, it will be like, but I say I didn't want to be in a romantic relationship with you, and then all of a sudden, like now when I call you,
nice.
yeah. So there's nothing you can do in that situation that will not be villainized. So this is what I think. I think for your own sanity, for your own safety, because this is a question I wanted to ask Lucy before. I wanted to ask Lucy that, have you considered that probably when you told this person that we could not be, the person accepted it because probably it was something serious, let's say medical, there was something serious, so the person accepted it. But however, their feelings don't come with a switch that they can just turn off.
Yeah.
So, yeah, give me time to deal with it. Give me time to process it. So me spending 2 hours in a car with you, taking a drive, we'll probably eat, we'll probably have conversations. It will trigger certain things that I'm dealing with that I've not dealt with. So I would rather not go on this trip with you, not because I don't want to go with you, but if I go with you, I am prone to hurt myself because I am being there for you as a friend, but inside me
I have a lot to deal
there
with.
is a lot I have to deal with. Like this is the same Lucy that I'm spending a good time with. So why is it that because of X, Y, and Z, this thing cannot happen? So this is what I think should happen.
Kwame, is your full name Kwame Champon Buedu?
Yes, sir. That's why it's
Interesting.
KB.
Oh, okay. So there's
But then I slay the A.
You
That's
slay the
KB,
A.
I think.
Okay.
nice. So there's this lady,
Okay.
Jasmine Ohima Ababio.
Okay.
You know her. You remember her from 3 years
Jasmine
ago.
knows you.
Yes.
Jasmine was my school daughter in school.
Oh, interesting.
It's a small world. And today we have a common person.
I told you.
Charlie, you have to be good in this
I told
world.
you.
oh.
OMG.
You will
Very
never
important.
know.
I'm going on Facebook right now. I've seen
Hey, what
some.
did Jasmine say?
She was like, "Wow, is that my brother I'm seeing?"
Hey, brother.
You see, brother? You see, brother? You see, brother?
Brother Zop.
You see, brother?
And that is my
Andrew,
mother.
brother.
I beg you.
It's Lucy, call Andrew, brother. So,
I have no
you know,
sisters in Jesus' name.
so she goes ahead to say that, and that is my mommy, Nanama Brewer.
Hey.
Hi, daughter. Hi, daughter.
Okay, so Isaac Boydu says that great work, guys. God bless you. I like the program. This is Kwame Daddy from Kibi. Ghana Calabash.
GH Calabash. That's my friend.
That's your friend.
Yeah, that's my friend.
All right, we can't propose, Tom. We can only do ahosese because we are called names when we do.
Yes.
Plus, whatever reason, God made some of our ladies happier when they are pursued. Really.
Yes.
Women get
yes.
happier when they are pursued.
Every time I know we are reading comment, but every time I'm telling a lady that if you propose to the man, be ready that when you guys are fighting in marriage, the man will say, "You cried, didn't want you, you came." Be ready for that statement and don't be hurt by it.
But it cannot be generalized.
Oh, no, it cannot. But I'm just saying be ready. Prepare your heart for that. You
Okay.
know.
So she says that no one said pursue with plenty money, just small. Yeah,
I like the
more.
caveat.
You
like-
people, eh?
I like
Just
the
a
caveat.
little.
Just a little. Now, she goes ahead to say that unfortunately for him, women are women and will not change simply because you can't search their stomach. Rather, like Lady Nanama said, take time to know her. Not every woman but her. That one that you love. That is also problematic because if I'm just being myself, like Lucy is saying, if I'm just being me, if I'm just being myself, I'm naturally nice. I cannot begin to say, let me single out just Nanama and be nice to her. I don't know if you get the
I
point
get
that I'm
your
trying to
point.
make. So,
When her saying that, but that's what she
No,
said.
but-
It is not. You don't stop being nice to everybody.
Yeah.
But you know, there are certain things that when you narrow down to the, and as well, I would say the object of your interest.
Yes. the
Yes.
object-
Yes. If you narrow it down to your object of interest, there are other things that the you that has this feelings for these other person will add to your usual niceness.
Yeah.
so it's not plenty money, it's small.
Small chewing gum, chewing gum,
Chewing
some
gum.
tom, eh, eh.
Like also moving your muzzles for 2.5 hours from Accra to go for it. Yes.
Hey, start tripping it.
Same way out there about.
I want to find out if the guy is driving a manual car.
Is it a
Is it a
manual
manual
car or
car?
I won't
automatic?
mind. I'm so ignoring you guys.
All right, let's jump on WhatsApp here. It says that I am Kubi. There's this girl I've been talking to. I've been talking with for a very long time on campus. She made me know that she has a boyfriend, but she has feelings for me
Wow.
Oh.
and feels good when talking with me.
Anyway,
But
I
she
know who
can't
it is.
be in a relationship with me.
Oh.
And I told her then we can't be talking again.
Yes.
Eh,
yes.
that's
Yeah,
the
but
What,
boundary.
what,
That is
what,
That's
what do you
fair.
think?
Boundaries.
fair.
boundaries.
Is it right or wrong?
It's right.
Well, but
he's
first of all,
putting
let's
himself
establish
first.
that
It's
some
right.
people can love someone and like someone, a different person. So
No,
they are
but
two
It
different.
could also be that.
So infatuation is
No, for the
interplaying here.
gentleman, like Andrew was saying, maybe he also is drawing.
Yeah, so then he has
Towards
to
her.
with the talk
So
and
the
all
more
that.
we talk, the more I'm growing. The love is growing on me
Yeah.
for you.
Would
Fondness.
that
So
call,
I
we
would-
would call that love?
No, I'm
Fondness.
just saying
Fondness,
Yes.
yes, because
Sorry.
when it's love, it's
Okay,
more
so
hatred.
true. So fondness.
Yeah.
So maybe he also wants to prevent that
Yeah, it's okay.
from it getting to the
Yeah,
extreme.
shielding yourself.
So
It's
he's
okay.
asking whether he
It's
should
okay.
Yeah,
He
It's okay.
pulling back
yes,
is okay.
pulling
Yeah.
back is good.
it's okay.
He's
All right.
saving himself the hurt in the future.
Yeah.
Pulling back is difficult, but
It's
It's
okay.
good.
the
If you know,
best
you know.
decision
It's for
you
the-
can
for-
make
yeah.
for
Now,
yourself.
this one says, Hi, Smart. I'm Belby from Kumasi. I am enjoying this topic and I'm learning a lot from it. I can't stop laughing at some of the contributions, though. Well, Belby, we are here for you. We are talking about the friend zone and brother zone. It will end. John from Pandai. It will end. It will end some way, somehow. John from Pandai says that, but upon all these plenty talks from the ladies, why then do they keep two men at the same time?
I can't answer that.
I think that would be a question for another day.
Lucy cannot
Well,
relate.
I think it
I
even
cannot-
speaks to the first message that she has a boyfriend.
Oh, okay. And
And
she
she's
has
still,
feelings for
someone
this
may
guy.
interpret that as you want to keep
Yeah,
two people,
yeah.
like you're saying, they
It
want to
is
eat
clearly
their
that.
cake and have
Lucy
it.
can't relate.
That's John from Pandai. Next message says, Mr. Smart, some ladies will tell you no, but later they would come back and tell you that she wanted to know if you truly mean it.
Oh. Yeah.
Or you don't have the patience. Or
Yeah.
you are not romantic.
Yeah.
Mr. Smart,
It
we are
depends on
tired,
the
though.
age.
Let me finish the
It
message so that you
depends
laugh
on the
from.
age.
It says, Mr. Smart, we are tired. Kobe from Accra. Charlie Abraham. Which one is it? Is it that we are not romantic? We are not
Sorry.
patient.
We are
It's-
sorry.
Or
it
did we
depends on the
truly
person.
mean
I
it?
think
Sorry.
now, I won't even say it depends on age, Nana, because I
Mhm.
always
It
say
depends on the
on the
person.
person.
It's
I
true.
when it comes to age, people are pretty young, but they are straightforward.
Yeah.
So it depends on the individual.
Yeah.
So it's not age. The person wants to be chased.
So for those who give you an outright no, later come back to say, I
Age
was
is
trying
an
to
out,
see
Well,
if you really meant it. That's also there.
yeah.
You
So
know.
if you're
Ah,
still
but then
interested,
that is-
and
this
there
thing will
are
be
some
solved
people-
when I said your peer review meeting should happen. And
Yeah,
you think about
but
it, please.
we will not do the peer review meeting because but that is what I'm saying, because honestly this will save, I said this last week, that
Yeah.
this will save men a lot of harassment hard.
So the
Yes.
ladies will learn
Yes,
Yes.
so that they will learn to be
Yes.
sure
that
of what
we
they
don't need
want.
to come back again.
No.
So I've been put in a situation, and I'd rather not say what the situation was.
Please say.
But
No. Maybe not.
Higher Kwan.
Let's keep
Please,
the mind
let
of
me-
Christ in
let
us
me
at all
pray
times.
before-
Yes.
Put,
So
put it in context. Amy.
okay, so I was put in a situation where somebody said, "Okay, I'd rather not do this," and I said, "Okay, cool."
Okay.
And then we were having a conversation the following day, and the person was like, but if it puts you at a disadvantage, you should have just gone ahead." And I was like, don't say this to people, because it is people like you, your gender. That's not like, I'm
No,
not
say-
generalizing.
ra-
I'm sorry.
Rather use tribe.
Yes.
Her tribe.
Her, yes, her tribe,
Yeah.
the few that are like her, she's the one that causes problems for other women.
Oh.
Because then somebody will say no,
Yeah.
and then somebody will interpret it as, no, I want you to try harder.
Yeah.
So I told her, I was like, maybe me and I'm understanding. Don't repeat this to somebody else. Because if you repeat this to somebody else, in another situation where you say no, they'll push.
Yeah.
And then maybe that one will not be favorable to you. Maybe this was favorable. But in that circumstance, you will not be able to save yourself. And then now you call people names and give them tags.
Yes.
Well, we'll find out whether one of our camera guys, Obed, has been doing. You are doing too much. Obi, you are still a friend. You are doing too much.
You and being on people's case.
Well, let me take one last message here. Greetings to you and your panelists. My name is Moses Forex from Oda. This is my first time watching the program, and I love it. I am confused on this issue of mine. I just messed with my relationship, and I realized that she is still the one for me. But I went back for her, and she said she just wants us to be friends. So since you're ladies, you can give some context to it. So he has messed up with his relationship.
Okay.
And he has searched all over.
Couldn't find nobody.
And
Come back, come back, come back to me.
well, that will probably it's probably a serious issue. I shouldn't be joking around with it.
Somebody's
So,
serious
but
issue.
Forgive me,
Master,
Moses.
baby, do my baby so.
Forgive me, Moses. So he's saying that he went back to the lady, and I'm sure she's not seeing anyone now.
Yeah.
She says that she would rather.
Did
want
he
to-
pull up in a Ferrari? It's another
No,
conversation.
forget about
KB,
what
like,
KB is saying.
Okay, what do you?
Michelle.
But
Because if he had come back with some, he just was
Gentleman.
NYA boss.
Obed.
He was just named
That's not
deputy
true.
minister.
No, that's not
May
true.
say, bruh,
That
Mr.
is
Angry
not
Bear
true.
Father.
sometimes you
Wow.
have to cut women some slack, because that may not be it. See, I just want to address what Obed said. Or he said
Hey, no, Obedo.
you said something
Moses.
Forest. Moses
Moses
Forest.
Forest.
Obed is the one behind you. Obed, you won't go back
Obed,
to any woman.
My
Don't worry.
apologies. Moses,
Yeah.
you think she's the woman for you. Okay, and she says you maintain friendship. If you really want her, don't push it. That's the thing. Keep the friendship. Keep time. If you have that time, keep time, keep friendship. If she wants you back, she'll get you. You will do.
For me, I don't.
No,
You don't agree?
So
Yeah.
That he should stick around
No,
as a
he
friend.
said as a
So
friend.
I think that this is it. Maybe the no is one. I mean, we have to
No,
put it in
Nana Ma,
context.
the thing she
The
said
thing
is that
is
he messed up.
messed up. So
Yes,
the girl
exactly.
wants to be sure. If there is no one in the girl's life, the girl has to be sure that he
On the
won't.
basis of probability.
Yes, he won't. Yes, on that
Yeah.
basis, he will not do that again. So because of that, he's like, let's be friends because
Yes.
at this point,
It
I want to
says-
see if you will not mess up again.
Let's not even read meanings into
So
it.
no, that's what I'm not reading meaning into it. So for you, he's saying no. So he should still be friends and maintain it.
he said-
For
the lady
me,
says
I am
friendship,
saying
so
that
then keep
he
it.
has to prove himself.
You
To the lady.
think that the gap and the boundary that is being set is for the gentleman to prove himself?
Yes,
Whether
for
he's
me,
really changed or
yes. If I mean not if the girl is not going
not. What
out.
if she actually means it?
No.
That
Which
like there is
woman-
no chance at all.
He
He
shouldn't push
messed up.
it.
No, let's be real.
That
here.
is what I'm
He
saying.
messed
That
up.
the lady didn't outrightly take him out of her life. The friendship she has
Something-
actually
That's what I'm trying
proposed
to say.
is a good thing. He shouldn't do any extra mile. He should listen to the lady wanting friendship
be
and
friend.
keep friends.
That's what I'm saying as well.
Okay.
But in the friendship, he should prove himself.
He will be pushing it if he does.
He won't. For instance,
Okay,
okay.
Moses Forex, from our two Krobo ladies. They are telling you, in fact, that's the message.
Krobo
that just-
girl.
Krobo girls.
Ladies.
Yes.
Yes, so this is now from Spintex. I don't know if you both know her. She said, microbo girls.
Thank you so much.
Says microbo girls.
Yeah,
Both
Krobo
senior
is
and
shining.
junior.
Yes,
So who is the
but
senior?
Krobo
Who is the
lady
senior?
is another conversation.
Who is the senior? Who is the junior?
I
Because
wouldn't know.
she says that to the senior and to the junior.
Yes, yes, yes.
She said,
yes.
"Men,
Trust
note."
Produce
girls,
is
by the
shining.
way.
She's giving
Produce
us.
is
She's
shining.
giving us a sermon. She said, "Men, note, ladies don't assume.
Thank you.
If you want the lady, please say it as it is." So now, it looks like some of the messaging we are getting is that we should skip past the friendship. We should come and make our
We should be
intent
direct. Yes.
known.
Yes.
That
Then
because you see,
Then-
the first lady in the video said that they know from onset.
Hmm.
So if someone knows
but
from
how can
onset,
they know from onset?
that will come up in the peer review meeting.
It better. Because how can
I'm
you
sure we'll
just
come up
see
with
me
a peer
and know
review
I can
meeting.
be your husband?
A friend
I
said
can
that
be a
when you
good lady.
approach her, in the first 10 minutes of you talking,
She'll know whether
she has
she likes
decided
you or
if she
not.
would give you a chance or
Yeah,
not. So
yeah.
it is not about what you
Yeah.
say.
So chance,
Yeah, yeah.
probability,
It is not surety.
It's not.
good.
It's not
So
surety.
at the end of the day, that 10 minutes is just she's evaluating if there will be. So the 10 minutes is not giving a definition.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
It's giving a
Surety.
probability.
So it's just
That
letting
is
her
where
know
it
that
gets tricky.
I
And
will-
let's be careful.
Ah.
Because depending on your, I don't know,
Sometimes status
frequency.
counts.
Pardon me?
Sometimes appearance.
Yes.
Sometimes on the day,
Yes.
the vibe counted.
Yes.
Sometimes on the day, your status counted.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sometimes on the day, your appearance also counted.
Yeah.
So
Smart, you know
10
that there are
minutes
the
can
women
be
too that will
great.
just give you their number because they don't even want to deal with you saying, "Oh, but why won't you give me your number?" Da, 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 da. So when you ask them, they'll just give it to you, but they will not pick the call.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey.
A
Why
lot.
will I stress myself?
A lot of
And
women
it's
do that.
annoying. I mean, I won't give you. Why won't you give me? Is it because
So when you
have a
ask,
boy-
they'll just
Harassment.
yeah.
No, that
Yeah.
one is not.
When you
cool.
ask, they'll
Guys,
just give
stop
So
you-
doing
you
that.
you
It's
just
not
give
cool.
it just to shut
Yeah.
it.
It's very disrespectful
I won't
because
even
my
give you a wrong
personal number,
I'll give you the right.
my cell phone is my personal number. It probably has my Momo, my everything. I can't give it to you. Like guys should accept that. I can't give it to you.
We are
It is what
discussing
it
the
is.
friend zone on Precious Television. This is
But,
to be frank
but
podcast.
I agree to what the
Lucy
lady said.
KB are saying that they would give their numbers, and KB says he wouldn't.
No, you as a female, you
Me,
are
I
not
won't.
obliged to give
You are not
anybody your number.
No, their reason
Unless
is
your dad.
we see what
Me, I
happens to
won't.
other
I'll give you
women,
my number.
You
and then
don't
when they
have to.
reject it. So I'd rather just give it to
I
you.
won't.
Okay, let's come back to the messages. Watching you live, and I like the topic for discussion today. If you like someone, please, guys, listen. Be open and tell the person whether you are the guy or lady. Asem na yede. Be open and tell the person
Yes.
whether you are a guy.
Smart.
You see, mami wie, or the lady. I see too much expectations and favors. Too much expectations and favors
Mate.
actually ruin friendships.
Yaya niyama o.
Most especially if it is one-sided.
Yaya niyama rough.
You have to read into someone's intention towards you and reciprocate their favors if you can. That is Elom from Awudome and Yorewase.
Thank you, Elom. Well
So,
done.
That is someone saying that we shouldn't just let it look like men should pursue. So if you're a lady and you're around a gentleman, you are.
I said this in the beginning.
You should tell the gentleman.
Yes, that's why I
See,
said the
I
meeting
think
has to
I
happen.
like
Nana,
you.
ma, the
KB
meeting has
said
to
yes.
happen.
KB said find a way to say it without actually saying it.
Saying it.
Yes.
Don't be too flirty, but
Yes.
you are making a
Find a way to also
Yes,
register your
I agree
interest.
with- I
That's
agree
why I said the
with you.
peer review
Yeah.
meeting has to happen
No,
because
no, stop the peer review.
the
something,
reason is that
something,
the
something.
world has changed from what your aunties and your moms told you, dating our fathers and marrying them.
But the African culture hasn't changed.
It doesn't have to change.
Culture-
The tenets,
No, but it's not a one size fits all situation.
Yes, I
Exactly.
agree with you guys. But the point is that
Culture evolves.
the culture does evolve.
but there are
But
some
still,
basic-
African
At
men
first-
are
at
still
first-
African men.
at
Hey,
first,
how do you mean?
Certain outfits.
So we are not
No,
evolving.
No,
Cer-
what
certain-
I'm trying to say is that
Uh-huh.
I'm not meaning a negative thing.
Okay,
Okay,
chiri, chiri.
you are learned to have your ego. You are built to, even though now you are being you are being more like help in the house. Now you are taking at like you
No, now
you
it makes
give the
more sense to
children
help in the house.
attention.
It's not that we are not puppets. We are helping
So-
the house because we want to impart certain things at home. When we leave you guys with the
Exactly.
kids, the time will come back. Some rebel 79 revolution.
So-
which we are making sure
so
are stable.
so now
yeah,
of course
yes.
culture
yes,
is
rebel
changing.
leaders.
Okay.
Okay, culture is changing.
Okay.
But I believe that still men are trained to be men. African men are trained to be African men.
And what is
there's
an African
always
man?
What is an
What's the
African
definition?
You
the
will raise this
independence.
conversation to
No,
The-
because
the- wait.
no, you see,
The
You better place it.
independence. I'm coming. No, I'm coming. I'm not going to do any.
no, it's
the
very thin ice
independence,
that you
I'm
are
coming.
treading on.
No, I'm coming.
Eh.
You see the way people are shaking.
Yes.
You see the
No,
way
no,
they
no,
are
no, no, no,
shaking.
no. Nobody's shaking.
Nobody's
bro.
shaking, no, but
The-
massa.
You are
The
defining
masculinity-
something that is
wait,
Okay, please.
the masculinity,
Okay.
the ego,
Okay.
the culture tells you that you are the head of the home.
Okay.
Okay, you are
Yeah.
the lions in the jungle.
Okay.
They are the predators.
They are. No, I didn't say that.
I have
That one is Lucy. We'll come to Lucy.
But don't worry, we'll
So-
get it.
So that is the African man.
Okay.
However,
And the African man.
That is
don't
the
want
initial
to pursue.
orientation.
however, Nanama,
That is the initial
Nanama,
orientation. Times
Nanama.
have changed.
I will tell
we
women
were
not
the
to propose.
lions in the jungle 80 years ago.
Yeah, yes.
Now you are in the jungle with us.
Yes.
Yes.
We are not. Oh,
You are catching the
We are at home.
biggest fish. You are catching the biggest
No, but
animals.
we are at home.
You are coming
we
home
are
with
still
big
at home.
money.
What was the first statement I made to you
Things
when I
have
saw you
changed
today?
now.
I said that the design for men and women, I feel like women are even higher than men.
Yes, that's
So
what you said.
if you say
Higher
that,
in what?
I feel like
KB,
men were
KB,
made.
we are high in everything.
No, men were made,
Hey,
and then
You
God.
want to go there?
Please,
Let's-
let's be
let
on
me
track.
just-
Let's stay on topic.
Okay,
Let's
let me
be
just
on
make
track.
my point. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Let's stay on
I said
topic.
men were made, and then women were made to help men. So, in my opinion, if God saw that men could have done this by themselves, He wouldn't have brought in a woman. He saw that the man needed some form of help. So, I feel like, and this is my opinion.
Yes.
I feel
I like
like-
that because that is when you are a Christian. That is when you
Yes,
agree.
yes.
with
That's
God.
why I said that. So, in my opinion, I feel like women are even like a
An
much better
upgrade.
version of men.
All right, let me take
Yeah.
this message quickly. Hello, Smart. My husband and I are enjoying the conversation this afternoon. As a matter of fact, women like to be pursued. You see how I get confused?
No, but
I get confused.
But I
Okay.
was. I've
why
said
do
it
they
already.
make these generalizations?
Yes.
Women like to be pursued
Some
not
women-
only before
Most
marriage.
Wow.
Let me land on this. Not only before marriage, but even in marriage. You should
It's
keep
not even
pursuing your
pursuing.
wife. You have to make her feel wanted. That's just how it is. Now, big shout outs to my husband who has never stopped pursuing me after marriage.
But
This
making
is
a
from
person
Dorcas.
feel wanted is pursuing, like you're pursuing the person. Because honestly, in these are times, men, to be frank, when a lady says no, pull back.
Thank you.
Unless you
Thank you.
are you want to persist and
Unless
pursue.
you have extra money.
But
Because
do-
the thing is this. We have had harassment tags. I think it is time you people pull the brakes on it for your own sakes and stop the assumptions.
It
and
depends
he
on
said,
how the no is
me,
said.
I am.
Exactly. She's right. She's right.
It depends
Okay,
on
yeah,
how the
different
no is
personality.
said.
Well, fine.
Yeah, but
Fine.
to save you, I
Let-
think to save men, please, because look, people have been tagged to be harassing people. And because of that, for your own sanity, unless you don't care when you are tagged like that, you're a woman chaser, you are chasing everything in skirt, and he's hounding my life, and he's harassing me, and he's breathing down my neck. Look, when they say no, unless we are sure, say no, nyankopo akacha or say fact, and even that, if she doesn't want to be part of you, you are wasting your time.
Great.
Smart, I have a question.
So
Yeah.
the same
So
way
please-
the ladies too should stop accepting the favors.
Okay.
Favors
Hold
with the
on,
debut.
hold on,
Leads the
hold
men
on.
on to think that.
Hold on,
With
hold
your
on.
debut.
Lucy,
Ah,
hold on.
so you
Go
see,
back
double
there.
standard.
Yeah, and you double standard.
Hold on,
We
hold
haven't
on.
asked for it.
Nanama,
Now they are blaming
Nanama,
Mama
hold
J.
on. Lucy, hold on.
asked you to do
Lucy,
it.
hold on. KB, please make your point. I need to hear it.
There's something in account. They said, "Yechi kokos ye didn't ma."
If you
Why
have,
won't put it
you have
you like buy me a car,
decided,
if I
you
won't
have
take it.
decided
Ah.
to do it. Why should I
Oh,
seize
okay.
your blessing?
So the same way you were here giving a public service announcement to guys that please
So
no,
then
please
if you
no, which we are saying that then stop also taking
What
what
about magic? If
Why
you
do
they
bring
will
it,
also
in the first
continue to
place?
taunt you.
fine.
Okay, so my question is
Anyway.
this. I'm sorry. I have a question. When women say we like to be pursued, we like to be pursued, I feel like sometimes they have the notion that men don't want to be pursued. We like nice things too.
Ayo.
The way you people want to be chased and
should
oh, what
chase
will you
you
eat?
now, eh?
What will you eat? And then oh, what do you need? You think men don't like those things?
We like pa. The
Ah,
WhatsApp line
okay.
is 020-343-8710.
Please,
Very, very interesting conversation going on now. Our producer, we're picking phone calls I need to know quickly because we have a few minutes to wrap up. Should we pick some calls? Because it looks like some people in some shomobo.
Please, I want to know something. Is it that most ladies are having daddy issues? That is why the things that their brothers and fathers were supposed to do for them or are supposed to be doing.
We are not asking you to get it, but when you bring it, we'll take.
No, but Lucy, is that not part of the boundary setting?
Yes.
For instance,
you only accept a car from somebody who wants to marry.
There are certain gifts. But Lucy, I'm coming. You're setting boundaries. Now, in these boundaries, certain things must be stipulated.
Exactly.
Said all Bremen gifts are mentioned.
No.
The Bible says your gift will make room for you.
Yes.
So if
The room is God's blessing. The room that the Bible is taking. It is God's blessing.
That is how you will trust me.
How come when it comes to economics, the conversation of the ladies become double
Let me put a scenario out.
So you can choose not to bring it.
Let me.
Economics come in the conversation, then they begin.
Sorry, Smart. Can we have a call?
Tables. Before we jump
If
on
you
the
don't bring
phone,
it,
please
I will
make your
chase you
point,
for
Andrew,
it.
quickly.
Yes, let me put in a real life scenario quickly. I had a friend. No, she's not even my friend. I was dating this person. This person said she needed assistance with one course in school. She was doing her masters. I want to do it quickly.
You are reading too many
Yeah,
passages.
but
It's allowed. It's allowed. It's allowed.
This person was reading her
Because a
masters.
palmite
Why is
tapa
it
to
really
have been
Yeah,
something
but
else.
my course is so.
What about bra?
And
Go no abenso and Quebec.
so she said she needed help. TA, quickly. TA said, send me your picture. Now, TA, there's a picture for her because Oba lecture me. So
Yes.
you will see me. So what do you need my picture for? She told me I didn't say anything. Because I like to see where things are going. Next time she went, 1 month, 2 months. I'm like, we haven't paid this person. How much would TA collect? She said, TA said, he doesn't. It's not about the money. I'm like, hey, so his joy is teaching people. Okay,
How?
no problem.
How?
Last, TA said he has moved the class from school to his place because there are a lot of people and he wants to have time for them. Okay. So TA moved the thing to his house. And I kept telling this girl that you can clearly tell that this person has some form of interest or some ulterior motives. That is why he's not charging for the service and everything. She kept saying, Darby, it's nothing. One time she went to class and came back. She was very moody. When she came to class, after from class, I met her. She was very moody. What's the problem? Nothing. Next week, she didn't go for the class. Next 2 weeks, she didn't go for the class. Next 3 weeks, she didn't go for the class. Hey, you don't want help with the course again?
Yes,
She said she will
yes.
pass. She will pass. And that she doesn't need the TS anymore. Generation, we're
Wait,
more
I'll be tea.
Let's jump on the phone right now.
To assume.
020.
So until the act came, she pulled out because she didn't have
Okay,
Lucy.
you can call us. You can call us.
I agree with you.
710,001. 020-710,001. The number will be placed on our screen. 020-710,001. We are still in the studio discussing Ubetia. This is To Be Frank Podcast. We are live on Precious Television, on Facebook, and also on YouTube. I'm in the studios with KB, the MC, Nanama, and Lucy. Andrew is also on my left, and we are having a very, very great conversation on the friend zone. Hi, Yasamo. People are saying that for the favors they'll collect, the gifts they'll collect. So if somebody should buy you a house,
I'm not being a good Christian.
a house.
You see,
She said she doesn't collect. She's not being a good Christian.
So
I'm
God is touching
praying
your
to
heart.
God that I want a house.
That's not how God answers prayers. So. I promise you, I have God's spirit in me.
no, but don't you
Are you
think,
God?
No, I have God's spirit in me.
You just mentioned that the grace of God abounds. What,
Lucy?
it can abound in a
Lucy,
house.
don't you think the excessive collection of these numerous favors?
We'll say.
Don't you think
Excessive.
the excessive
Also, we'll say
collection of the numerous favors?
smart. Okay, excessive and Lucy Becker so any moderate.
No.
Me and the moderate cry.
Excessive is
That
relative.
has accounted.
Excessive is relative. The way
Smart.
the
I
way
told you when
they say
economics
it.
come in,
Serious.
then they begin to
Yeah.
flip-flop.
Well, no, this
You
is why I
see,
flip flop.
Men attach a lot to their investment.
Yes, that's what you said.
ROI.
We attach
Depends
a
on
lot.
it.
Whichever returns you are looking for.
I'm
How
fine.
am I to think it is not God's blessing you are looking for the returns? See, that is why I will come back to let's talk. Because there are times I ask, if this has strings attached, I won't take it. You see, it must come back to talking. KB, what the idea bring me? Oh, Aku, I got, you see, that is why I would say that sometimes people use how they are. Maybe if I had gotten to the stage where I can offer somebody a house without blinking or without thinking of the balance in my account, I would be able to do that. It is by that reason that I wouldn't assume. I would ask questions. I would ask questions because it is good to ask questions for clarity. So it is just ask questions.
But there is a kind
give
of
gifts like that. Nigerians can give gifts like that.
Nigerians are the standard for the
It's not
world.
just a standard. They are
I'm
God's
just saying
standard.
that
God
it
can dash
doesn't
me a house
it
through
doesn't
you.
re- I don't even understand.
Lucy,
what the
how
argument
do you know you are
is.
not God's blessing for me?
And so that is why I can give without thinking.
Without
No,
thinking.
I'm talking about you are.
How
God's
do you know
blessing
that
for
you,
me.
as I'm giving you the gift, how do you know you are not God's blessing for me?
God will
God
tell
will
you.
tell Lucy.
God has told me.
God will tell
No,
me.
don't worry, you find out.
Okay, let's go on the call
you'll
now.
find out.
Let's jump on the phone. Hello, good afternoon. You're welcome to Be Frank. All right, we lost the caller there. 020-710,001. 020-710,001. People like the big gifts. But
We will take it.
when we
But
want
once
to
you
make
bring
you
it,
the
we will
girlfriend by
take.
force, that one you have a problem.
It
So
cannot
come
be.
up front. Let's know your
No,
intent
but you
before
see,
we start.
as a person, when something keeps coming consistently,
No, Debbie.
that's why I agree that you said you need to have a talk.
Yes,
there should
you
be a
have
talk.
You should have a talk.
A certain favor keeps coming, let me jump on the phone line now. Hello, good afternoon. You're welcome to Be Frank. Yes, hello, good afternoon. I can hear you. Your name and where you're calling from. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
I'm Kofi calling from Kumasi.
Okay, Kofi, let's
I
hear
want
you.
to ask Lucy a question.
Okay, ask Lucy a question.
Will Lucy accept a car
Uh-huh.
from a married man?
Will Lucy accept a car from a married man?
Okay.
Yes.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, Kofi. Why you doing that?
Kofi Asel.
Lucy. So that is
He's
a very
asking the Lucy,
Please, Lucy.
me
Lucy, yeah.
as a person,
Yes.
whether I will accept a car from a married,
Married man. He's a friend. So would you accept a car from him?
I will accept.
You will.
Yes,
Can be God's blessing.
I will accept.
And if he wants you as a God's blessing.
It
No,
depends. It depends on the
I will
circumstances.
accept if he's my friend. You said as a married man, he's my friend.
Yeah.
I will
I'm
accept.
adding
He's a
if
friend,
he's
but
a friend, but he
No, but
did-
even in Accra, when you say friend, you have to be careful. Which type of friend?
Which type of friend?
because they are
Hey,
the
Accra-
MWBs.
See, I know acquaintances. I know colleagues.
People say some people are their cousins, but meanwhile they are doing
The-
things.
when
FWBs.
I say somebody is
Aminifa.
my friend,
Okay, yeah. That one.
The FWBs
Yeah, that
are
one,
a
that one,
kind of
that one,
zone
that one.
that
Yeah, I
exists,
get
but
it, I get
people feel.
But
to
there are
recognize
benefits in
it.
it,
What's the
yes.
F what?
FWBs.
Igbo.
It's a topic for another day, which we will have on this platform.
Okay, fine.
I'm sure it will
Friends
come.
with benefits.
Yes.
Fantastic.
I thought
Right.
it was
Some
federal.
people. No, it's not federal.
Western Bank.
So he said,
Yes.
if a married, I'm praying. See, you don't know my prayer point. So when I go down,
But
no.
every God answers in His will. God answers prayers in His will.
According
You see,
to-
that is why
you
I even
see-
have a problem
you
with
see-
ladies and this online prayer.
No.
They are just all over the place
You don't
with
know- you
funny
don't know.
expectations
I
from
want
God.
But do you agree that it's not every man that comes into your life
And
that
wants
wants
you.
you,
Oh,
that
so
can
you
buy
forgot your
a
mentor
car
and
for you?
that
So
woman.
if a
That your
married
mentor and
man,
I've been forgotten.
no, wait.
Ah,
You
you-
don't
No,
ask
no,
me a
but-
question.
no,
And
KB,
I will answer. I will
KB,
take the car.
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
be
I
realistic.
will
let's-
take it.
And you
Let's-
think there are
let's-
no conditions?
Let's stay with
Until
Lucy.
then,
But Lucy,
Hey.
like I said,
Stay.
Uh,
Yeah,
Ube Chika cry.
let you.
Yeah, fan what we need.
Ube Chika cry. Ube Chika cry.
Lucy,
have no
I was
idea,
proposing
maybe.
something. I was thinking that you would, respond on that. I was asking that when a gift is beyond a certain level.
Which one is the certain level? So you should know your level.
For example, if the
No,
car
let's
is
let's
85,000,
let's create
I
a
can't buy a
let-
car that is 80.
something
I
over
cannot
10,000 cities.
All right.
So that is what I'm
Something
saying.
over 10,000
Depends
cannot
on
just be
what-
platonic.
You
Something
don't,
over 10,000.
Yes, that is why when we go to the IMF, there are
Hold on.
conditionalities.
Hold on.
Giving is transaction under the sun.
Hold
It's
on.
only
Remember
God
the
that gave.
blessings about
Even God gave Jesus
You
to
don't
get
know
our
me.
hearts.
Somebody should try
Hold on.
me.
Don't people
And
buy
buy
air
me my
tickets?
dream
Don't
car.
people buy air tickets for couples to go
Why did
abroad?
God give
Or
Christ?
buy air
Why did
tickets
God
for
give us
people-
Jesus?
No, you people are
Lucy,
making
why
the
did God
you
give
people
us
are
Jesus?
making the
So that
topic
you
different.
accept
I am
him
not-
We
I
are
as your
talking
Lord and
about
personal
right now.
Savior.
You are
God
my
didn't
friend.
give.
I have given you a
Hold
gift
on,
over
hold on,
10,000.
guys, let's have some.
I said- What
let's
kind of
have
friendship
some.
is that
He
one?
asked me a question.
One line of conversation.
Somebody
so that we
should
can
try
all
me.
contribute.
She's saying we should try, and I'm saying
My
that.
question is,
Papa.
I had a question for Lucy. My question is, at what point do you think that there should be boundaries in giftings and favors. I'll give you an example. If a gentleman is invited to a lady's place at 11 p.m. for the lady, yes, so you see, whenever it gets economical, like KB is saying, it looks like the position is different. If a gentleman is invited over to a lady's place, all right, I'll come back to my question, but then let's pick this caller. Hello, good afternoon. You're welcome to Be Frank. Hello, good afternoon. Yes. Yes, your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Betty. I'm calling from Action.
You are Betty. Okay, let's hear you. Let's hear you. We are not being fair to ladies at all.
To Lucy.
Today, you are discussing
Could you please lower the could you please lower the volume on your TV set and speak to? Hello?
I'm talking to some married men who haven't really seen anything. If your relationship with the person is very good. So it should be like, women are in relationship with or something.
Okay.
All
right. Okay, Betty, can I ask you a question before you go off the phone? I would have asked her, how would you feel if your husband buys a car
for a single
She said
lady?
accepting gifts from married men doesn't mean
or,
anything.
Or your husband receives a car from
It depends
a woman.
on the relationship.
You
see,
if your husband accepts a car,
a
BMW, a luxury vehicle from a woman,
what is wrong with that?
Oh, okay.
What is wrong with that?
Okay.
Listen, you see, my husband is watching now. He knows I will take it and drive it. Okay, so what I'm saying that no, what I'm saying is that sometimes for lack of a better putting it, so let me say it.
Hold on, we have a caller on the line. You hold on to that thought. I want
somebody
to hear.
should just try me.
Hello, you're welcome to Be Frank. Your name and where you're calling from.
I'm from Pandai.
Okay, from Pandai. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's hear you.
I want to ask you if you agree for the husband to buy a car for another lady.
Just what I was asking, Charlie. Thank you so much. The vim from Pandai is solid. So we are asking Lucy, right? If she will be okay if the husband does what?
If you agree for the husband to buy a car for a single lady.
A single lady. And says she's a friend. So thank you so much. Vim from Pandai.
So my husband comes to me and says, Aku, I'd like to buy a car for so and so person.
He doesn't even tell you.
Okay, so if he doesn't
you find
tell
out.
me,
Then you find out that he bought a car for someone.
I will be upset.
But
no, why
so
would
to
you
just
be
end
upset
there.
if the person is also
that
your friend?
Sammy,
It doesn't even have to be your
Sammy, are
friend.
you satisfied?
Do you understand?
Hold on.
Sammy,
No, Sammy's
still on the line. He was-
Or buy a car for a lady.
Yes.
You see, Ubeka said it's double
No,
standard.
could you please say it in English?
He should buy the car for him.
All right.
You see, I would always, he's asking me a personal question. So me as Lucy, whether I will agree. The reason why I would agree to that, you said he didn't tell me, but assuming he tells me that he should buy, he wants to buy.
No,
a
he's
car.
not seeking your consent.
Then
No, I mean he's telling you that.
How would you feel?
How would you feel?
How would
That's
you
what
assimilate?
he's
Oh,
asking.
what's called? See, the thing is this.
Lucy, are you serious?
Ah,
You wouldn't bother.
if he has bought me my car and he's buying another car,
He never said he has bought you your car.
no, he didn't. No.
How did you pray draw?
Lucy.
Okay. So Lucy, it comes to Lucy.
See, it is Lucy he's asking.
Yes.
And this is not double standard. And I've always said that, and this is what I always go like, my life is very straight. And in as much as some things may not even go the way I want it. I'm one person, and that is why I want to work and get my money.
Yeah.
Because for my husband to want to buy a car for another person means that he can afford to buy it without any stress.
Yeah.
Smart.
You would.
He should buy it.
Okay.
And
Do we have a call on the line? Okay, let me jump on these messages. This is John from Pandai. Says that, please, Madam Lucy, your narration was not clear. We, your viewers, think you are not telling us what you want from the guys. To me, you love the guy, but waiting patiently for him to make a step. I think ladies should also start searching for men as their partners, so that they would understand how men feel in search of their partners. A lady accepting a guy's proposal thinks she's favoring the guys and expects so much from him.
I thought it's rather the other
So
way around.
he's saying that sometimes we expect the gentleman to go the extra mile. So Christ, in his Sermon on the Mount, now this is a different person says, Christ in his Sermon on the Mount speaks directly to this issue. When he said, allow us to preach. He says, when he said, but let your yes be yes and your no be no.
Thank you.
For whatever is more than these is from the evil one.
Thank you.
Matthew 5:37.
So no assumption here.
Ladies, please read your Bible. Obi from CFC.
But that is why
Nyame
the men
nyakese.
should take the yes and the no answer this.
All right. Good afternoon, panel members. I'm John from Kumasi, Sokoban. Is it Sokoban? Sokoban. Okay. So this is John from Kumasi, Sokoban. Today is my first time of watching you live from Kumasi. I have learnt a lot. God bless you all. Please join us same time every Wednesday at 2 p.m. We have this interesting conversation going on all the time on To Be Frank podcast with my good friends here. Lucy KB, the MC. Nanama is here. Andrews is here. We are talking about the friend zone. Now the big question is, Lucy is willing to allow their husband buy a car
For a single pretty
for a
lady.
single
Yeah, you are adding all the ideas.
Me come and show.
Gabriel, me bawo. Say ni na yete Ghana ha no bi talk am ma girl bi wo office bi mu. Ah, be da na yase. So ni yete ha.
Because now in the side check.
More evidence. Ananya sana mo say.
Do you have evidence?
Sana mo say.
The lady herself came out to say.
Okay, so we are going to wrap up on the show
Text messages.
today. I've had a really, really good time. Now I know that.
Fantastic panel.
I know pa say
Try me.
my conclusion of the matter
Hey.
is that you are not reading your Bible. So go and read your Bible and let your yes be yes
And your no be no.
be no.
Hallelujah.
But then again, I would say something finally. But KB, give us your last words.
Well,
The friend
ladies,
zone, brother zone, yeah.
ladies, go to your peer review meeting and revise a lot of conversation. The times have changed. Be the daughters of Issachar this time. Thank you.
Okay, so this is a personal, this a good friend of mine. So he's been an added follower of the show, but he doesn't contribute. He tells me in private, but today he has sent a message.
Eish.
I think the fire is towards in the studio today. Now he goes like, the ladies will zone you, but they still want all the perks. So this is what the gentlemen are saying. You zone them, yet you still want all the perks. But they can't do both. The moment you say no, I would withdraw all the perks that comes with the friendship. That's what he's saying. He says, talk about the turkey for Christmas. Hey, what kind of crow? Fear women and save your life.
Ah, auto take you home.
Hey, Nana, so what turn your mouth? Ah, me, I could call back, cry me there.
Ya me ba. Turkey for Christmas.
Back, cry me there.
That what turkey for Christmas. I'm so what
Any appointed boy.
Berry biscuits at that Christmas week.
Me.
Hey, me, turkey. Charlie, let's hear from you. Your
So
last
my
words.
last words is let us always try to know where we are going.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you meet a person, you like the person, I think you have to view, I mean, you have to tell the person how you feel before you start. There is no problem in telling the person, oh, I think I am liking you, can we be friends?
Okay.
It starts, and that idea is there, so that when if you want to develop it further, it will work. We are
Lucy?
growing, so let's just
Lucy,
mature.
jump on.
Yeah, I also like to say that as ladies, our gentlemen are saying that times are evolving. And nobody has time to be chasing people anymore. I mean, we want them to chase the money because we want the money. So they can't be wasting time to chase us. So let us be direct and not, if it is a yes, let's make it a yes. Let's stop leading people on. It really isn't right. If you like a person, you know it. If you like a person, you like a person.
And
that's just it.
Okay. So me, my final words are for my young kings. Gentlemen, I beg you, save yourself the trouble. You know if you are being used. You see that little voice in the back of your head telling you that Yeah, boom, Kwasia. Yeah, boom, Kwasia. Listen to it.
John, my daughter.
If you are being used, you know. Because the red flags, they are always there.
Yeah.
It is when you fall out of the love, quote unquote, that you will see it. So please, when you are in a situation and you feel like you are being used, please remove yourself from it. God bless you.
Right. Thank you so much, guys. KBDMC, Nanama, we have Lucy, and we have Andrew. So yes, indeed, if you hear that voice at the back of your mind, please listen. The Lord speaks in various ways. My name is Smart Station Next to the was To Be Frank, live on Precious Television. You can follow us on YouTube at Precious TV Official. Look for To Be Frank. The podcast is uploaded live on there. Watch it. Invite your friends to watch it. We are so glad you made time with us. 2 hours of your afternoon to enjoy this discussion. Catch the same time, same place. Next week, we bring you another version of To Be Frank. Have a good afternoon.